Hey, baby boo. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, fix your camera. I'm turning some music on and just to let everybody know that we're here. Oh, I can. You can't see yourself? Oh, I can't do that without them seeing it. You can't see like your preview? Where's my mic? Hey, everybody. My name is Brian. That is Shane, and you're watching the Popcast, specifically the Popcast Unleashed. This is our weekly show, and today is a little special because not only is the great, illustrious legend himself, Mr. Shane, with the worst camera known to man, apparently,
I don't know what's going on.
he's back from his quarantine. He was quarantined because he had caught HIV, but now he's cured. Everything's fine. Well, he's back, and because of our weird video schedule this week, we are doing this late night. And I'm calling it the Cosmic Pickle Party.
You're calling it the cosmic pickleball because it's happening at night, right?
Yes. And
Yeah.
hello, Shane. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm not doing great because apparently my camera has me cut out like a ghost. I you see what's going on here?
Shane's having a hard
This
time.
is why we don't do this last minute.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's
You
weird.
gotta be ready. In and out of season, bro. Ready to go. Okay?
Yeah, my
What
brother.
if the news is breaking? You gotta do it.
Yeah, well, it's been a while since we set up my cameras. Maybe we should do that.
That's true. Listen, shout out to my boy Bobby and his sweet Turks and Caicos, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. His studio is a far, far away on the off the East Coast. Good friend of mine, and I told him now wear this shirt. Listen, we got a lot to talk about today, like a lot. But before we get into the fun stuff, you can hear me, right?
Oh yeah, we can hear you fine.
All right. Before we get into all the fun stuff, well, actually, let's go over what we're gonna be talking about. Okay. Specifically, we are going to be talking about. Am I in the wrong channel? I am. You put it the wrong. Where did you send that, Shane?
To you.
Yes. Okay. We're talking about Jason Momoa. He's finally single, and I'm getting divorced tomorrow.
I had a feeling that was what was going on.
Baby Shark, the first YouTube video to ever break 10 billion views, and because it's my ringtone, I'm pretty sure I'm like at least a few 100,000 of those.
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin finally surrenders his phone. Spider-Man comic page sells for $3.36 million. Just to show you right there. That is proof. People are dumb. G4 Tech TV News new host has a live meltdown. Not once, not twice, 3 times. Rough. Netflix has begun doing The Creep. I don't know what that is, but Shane's going to tell me. New Star Wars series gets leaked. Too much? Yes. Shane and Brian's top 3 and worst 3 movies of 2021. And Shane and Brian's most anticipated movies of 2022. In addition, for the members only, we are talking about Quantum Leap getting a reboot. The book of Boba Fett, first 3-season episode breakdown, exactly why The Matrix was a massive piece of garbage. And should you care about Wheel of Time Season 2? According to all my friends, no, you shouldn't. But Shane has another point of view.
Yes, we'll see.
Okay, now real quick, I've been waiting for a while to show this, show this to you guys, and I'm gonna be real clear. I'm gonna show you guys. It's a TikTok. I'm gonna show you TikTok, but it's for a product. We are not sponsored by this product. They didn't give us any money, but I am so enamored by this product. I need to make sure that everyone that has seen this extremely viral clip knows it's 100% legit. And this is not even a joke. I'm just doing a public service right now, okay?
I haven't approved of this yet, by the way, guys. So we'll yet to be determined.
Yeah, he hasn't approved of any of this.
I haven't seen.
Well, he doesn't even have it, so he wouldn't even know. You know, he's not in the know. Okay, so check this out real quick. All right, ready? This is called the Hydrojet. Okay, here's the deal. Watch.
Did we start the show out by advertising somebody?
No, I'm not being paid, but look at this. Look at that. Look at that stream, right? You're like, oh, that's bullcrap. You're not going to get a stream like that. You know, if you have bad water pressure, right? Guys.
Hey, just heads up real quick. So Ken's saying that he can hear me on the regular podcast and you on podcast.
Right. Well, I'm coming through all of them, it looks like.
So he can't hear me on the Unleashed channel. Is anybody else having that problem?
Oh, he can't hear you on the Unleashed channel?
Right.
Well, you're coming through.
You can hear me? All right.
Oh, no, I think actually he was hearing an echo of me.
Okay.
Yep, I fixed it. Thank you, Ken. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes. All right. Continue with your advertisement.
All right. No, it's not an advertisement.
I think it is.
You ruined it. You ruined it, Shane. It's not. I'm telling you, it's not. Listen, look at this thing. Okay. It's nuts. It's cheap.
50% off. Look, it's right there.
It's a shower head, basically, right?
Why do I take shower?
And it has a stupid propeller that's not important, whatever.
Okay.
But in preparation of this show, I was taking a shower, and I was really admiring this shower head that I bought during Christmas. And I bought it because it was cheap. And I kept seeing the stupid videos pop up, and I'm like, you know what? It's cheap. Worst case scenario, it's garbage. It does, it doesn't actually work. And who cares? Here's the deal. I am poor and live in a very, very old house that has the worst water pressure, right?
Worst, yeah.
Bro, it's the worst. I bought this thing for like $22. And it works exactly like that video. The water pressure's insane. I liked it so much, I got 2 more. I'm going to have 3 of these things. I only have 2 bathrooms. I don't even know what I'm going to do with 3 of them. I have a backup. It's changed my life. So if you have constantly seen these things and you were interested in buying them, I'll tell you right now, they are legit. And the reason they work so well, it's not because that stupid fake propeller in the back. No. It's because the head, I'm going to call it the print head because that's what I'm familiar with, but the head where the water comes out is machined, and the holes are really small, and they're like angled in a way. It's just a very clever head design, and that's what makes it. It gives you that like insane burst of pressure. It's really impressive.
So California has a rule where you actually have, they limit the pressure in California.
Oh, I know. I take those pressure things out all the time.
So was that what this thing does that you love so much?
No, because I bought shower heads, and as an intelligent man, I immediately opened them up and ripped out all the California nonsense. And while it does help a little bit, I still have just bad water pressure in my house. This thing does not have the pressure regulators. So you skip a step, you don't got to pull them out. But in addition to not having the pressure regulators, it's the way the head is made. It's just a thin piece of steel, and it's machined in a way that rolls the water over itself, and it's almost like a water amplifier, and it's hard to explain, but it's such a simple thing. Whoever made this is a genius.
What is it doing for you?
It's giving me a shower with full hardcore water pressure, and there's a knob on the side where you can control the pressure up and down.
So, but I mean, I have good shower pressure, so it'd be no good for me.
No. If you have great water pressure, no point. But a lot of people live in crappy water pressure situations.
So if you have bad water pressure, then that's the way to go.
And I spent years buying heads and stuff that were like $40-$50 at Home Depot trying to fix this. $22 off a TikTok ad. It took like a month to get to me. It probably came from China. Perfect. I can't tell you enough how great this thing is.
Brian will drop the link for you guys in the Discord channel.
Yes, and again, we're not being paid by these people whatsoever. I was just taking a shower before the show, and I was like, you know what? People need to know how good this is. I said, they didn't know. They gotta know.
Let's talk about, I've been completely and totally distracted because of the camera. It looks absolutely terrible, but you can hear me, so we'll just have to go and figure this out later.
Your camera looks okay.
I do want to talk about what's happened lately. So if you guys haven't noticed, you've pretty much not seen my face for weeks now, I think.
Yes, weeks.
Today's the 14th, so it's been, I would say, at least since the 20th, the 19th maybe. So it's been almost a whole month. And what happened is I ended up going to Colorado for Christmas to visit my mom. Took the family, which was cool. But the internet up there is basically like, 1999 dial-up. So there's literally no internet. So we couldn't do a show. And then we came back, and Brian was sick, and we thought we weren't going to do a show, or we didn't do a show because you were sick, right?
I did a show.
You did a show.
Oh, and it was horrible. I was so I have crippling dyslexia, and so when I read alone, it's no problem, because over the years I have learned how to read very efficiently, but I don't read left to right, up and down like you guys do. I'm scanning the page, right? So when I have to read an article in front of people, I have to concentrate so hard that anything that knocks that concentration off completely throws me off where I was. It was a struggle reading those articles. And then additionally, I wasn't feeling good. So I was like, I had a headache. I probably wasn't in a good mood. It wasn't a great show, but I appreciate you guys watching it regardless.
Yeah, and let's just, Brian does not have dyslexia specifically.
I have dyslexia.
You have you actually have dyslexia.
Yeah, I have dyslexia since like middle school.
Really? Yeah. I just figured you looked at things differently. So it's actually dyslexia.
Yeah, I have dyslexia. Yeah.
Oh, all right. It's okay. We still love you, even though you have dyslexia.
It's not a disability, bro.
I think it is. It's a learning disability.
It's
literally called a learning disability.
I'm not disabled. I'm able.
No, we're getting you a handicap sign. It's happening.
I actually have a handicap for my kid, though.
Oh, God.
Listen, I don't think it's a disability. I just do it different. Look, I read really fast.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not reading out loud.
Yeah, you just skip words.
I do sometimes, yeah. I skip entire sentences if they're not important.
Like Star Wars sucks. Okay, I'm done.
Here's the deal. When you read something, there's a lot of words that just don't matter. And then whatever, right? My brain sort of just fills in those blanks. And if I need clarity because it was a complicated piece of literature or whatever, then I'll go back and I'll slowly read it correctly. but I skip all the super common stuff. You know?
Yeah. It's like years of dealing with my verbiage, and you've just learned to skip the most of the words, I think is what it is.
Oh my God, you guys, the way Shane, the way he writes.
I write like a normal person.
No. Okay. You write like a normal person if we were writing with quills.
It's on the computer, bro. What does that mean?
Because you'll write me an entire page, a page of text.
Yes.
No indents, no breaks, no paragraphs, just a page because you were writing correctly. You're writing like as if you're writing a book. I get it. But the internet doesn't work that way. The internet works in bite-sized pieces of information.
Yeah. So when I talk to, that is a good point. When I want to just like download information to you, I kind of give it to you all at once. But it's really important information that you should read all of.
But why can't you just give it some spacers? You know, how about a paragraph or an indent? Help me out.
I'll work on spacers.
It's literally, guys. It's just it's a page. It's a block of text. My mind looks at that and I'm like, I don't even know what to do.
Like passive aggressive thing going on. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't have an example of it right now that I haven't vetted, but I'm gonna next show. I'm gonna bring you guys an example of when Shane writes long form to me. It is gnarly.
I'm gonna stop messing with you now because you're tired. You've worked really hard today, and I'm going to leave you alone. I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh, were you messing with me?
I was totally messing with you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, that makes it even better.
Okay.
Right.
Mighty Morphin, Boba Fett.
Finish why we were gone. So then I got sick.
Right.
Okay, and so now we're back, and so we should be in a good regular format. And Brian, I got to tell you guys, we've been killing it on the videos. We got out on the Popcast main channel. We've gotten out a video a week. I think. Well, we did miss 2 weeks, but now we're back on schedule for a video. We got 4 videos in December, and now a video every week. I think we're killing it.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. The views aren't killing it, but we're killing it. So, as far as this relationship is concerned, we need you guys to step it up, okay?
And we know why the views aren't killing. Because everybody's watching Baby Shark, because apparently all 10 billion views.
10 billion people
on Baby Shark. So I saw that. I'm like 10 billion views. I'm like, do you know how many little kids, like, you know, our demographic on YouTube is like generally dudes from 30 to 60. That's kind of our main demographic, right? Then we got some hardcore ladies in there doing God's work. And
there's a small sect of like 82-year-old virgins. It's very weird. I don't know, you know where that comes from. Must have been one of our old Survivor videos.
And 28-year-olds that were told that they actually have old souls.
Yeah. I'm 28, but I have an old soul, which is why I really love Quantum Leap. Sorry, that's an inside joke.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So what are we gonna do? Let's just you want to get into it? Let's get into it.
I kind of want to get into it. There's a little bit of just weird newsy things here that we don't have to talk about a whole long. The whole Jason Momoa thing, Brian, is, you know, it's really a joke for you. We've been doing Jason Momoa sexiness for you for so long. The fact that he's actually going to be getting a divorce now, it had to come up.
I just think it's rude that you sent me this salacious clickbait photo. I just assumed I was going to see a naked photo of Jason Momoa. I clicked on it and it was a boring, who cares article about him getting divorced. Like, bro, listen. Yeah. Hey, don't mess with a man's Jason Momoa, okay? When you promise Jason Momoa, you need to deliver Jason Momoa. Just future reference.
Well, so that people know what happened. And I'm not even sure anybody really cares. He's married to, of course, Lisa Bonet, who was on the Cosby Show when she was a kid.
Was she really?
That's her claim to fame. She was a Cosby Show kid. She was the middle girl. Yeah, it was her Thea. No, I can't remember their name anymore. But anyways, there were 4 girls. You had the oldest girl, then her, and then like the middle teenage girl, and then Rudy was a little kid.
Oh, I see.
So this one was the second one. So anyways, they got married in 2017. They secretly tied the knot after they'd spent more than a decade together. So they've been together since 2007.
Okay.
They have a 14-year-old and a 13-year-old. And now, remember we had that little story about Jason, like taking his shirt off at the club while during filming for Aquaman.
Yep. We investigated that like proper journalists.
Right.
It took me all night to get to the bottom of that.
Apparently he was alone and everybody made a big old deal about it. Well, apparently things were going on.
Just so everybody knows, we're joking. This is a long running joke that I am sexually attracted to Jason Momoa. It actually comes from the old Raw Rant days back in the day, like years and years and years ago, when I was on a podcast with a bunch of real crass dudes, and they started a joke that I was into Jason Momoa because I watched Stargate Atlantis. Yes. I continued that joke on myself later on. So if you're watching new and you haven't noticed for a long time, that's the joke. It's not that I actually am looking at his sexy naked
You had people wonder.
Body glistening in the water.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys about the phone call I had with Brian while he was in the shower later, but yeah.
Bro, that's for the OnlyFans page, bro.
Yeah, right. So let's see what happens here. So what did they say? Basically, they agreed to go their separate ways. Life has some. So what did they say? The revolution. Oh, let's see. Bonet, who echoes. What is this?
Bonet.
Yeah. What is this? I don't even know. It was on his Instagram page. Apparently,
is she somehow the least famous of the Cosbys now?
No. Thea. I don't know if her name was Thea. That's how, but the middle child, the awkward Jan kid, she's totally, nobody knows what's going on with her.
Really?
Rudy, she's had some things happen for her. The oldest sister, I don't remember her name. Theo, who was the only boy, Jamal Warner, I think, I can't remember his name. He's been in a few things, but.
Jingleheimer Smith.
Yeah, so here's what they said. So this came out in the official social media statement. We have felt the squeeze and changes of these transformational times. A revolution is unfolding, and our family is of no exception. Feeling and growing from this seismic shifts occurring. What the hell are they writing about? Hey, they broke up. All right, it's over.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Like I said, we were accused of this recently of like taking a small story and stretching it out and do like an entire video. And I want to be clear.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, on some comment. Anyways, listen. What that guy just did is he took one little tiny piece of information and he used words to extend that article to the maximum amount of words possible so they can sell ad space, right? We don't do that with our videos. We might take a small piece of information, but then we'll theorize about it for 15 minutes. Our video, if you're following us just for the news about Star Trek, I gotta be honest, there might be better sources out there because we're just retelling it.
Like our live show.
Yeah. But if you're watching one of our little docs, we start with the information and then we theorize about where that's going and why or how, whatever. That's the point of the 15-minute videos, is we're expanding on that thought. It's not, did you click on a 15-minute video and expect, why would you click on a 15-minute video if it's an answer that you could have asked Google Home? If you can say, hey, Siri, what was the name of this actor in this TV show? Then you don't need to go to that 15-minute video. Obviously, there's going to be more than just that answer there. It's just a confusing thing. Like, of course, we're going to expand on that and theorize. That's the name of the game here at the Popcast, man.
All right, I see that was bothering you, and I'm glad you got that off your chest. That's good.
Although, regardless, I still love you.
Oh, I love you too, man.
I was talking to that commenter that
I know.
Left our channel in shame.
Okay, so anyways, there is some ridiculousness to this because now, this is the funny thing about Twitter and social media, and reporting on Twitter things is happening so frequently that you can't stop it. It's like a landslide, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is it's also idiotic because now in this news story, someone has decided to say that Amber Heard is blamed for their divorce.
I mean, look, I understand that's just speculation,
Right.
but I believe it in a heartbeat. Have you seen Amber Heard? It's ridiculous.
Okay. Well, wait a second. Whoa. So that's assuming that Jason Momoa can be swayed by somebody because they're good looking.
I mean, here's the deal. Jason Momoa, like, so if Amber Heard is a 10, Jason Momoa is a 10.3.
Okay.
So it's entirely possible for Jason Momoa to not be swayed by the witchy ways of Amber Heard.
But Lisa Bonet is like a 3.4.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah, have you seen an image of him?
No. Okay, so 100% Amber Heard. 100%.
You got to show a picture here.
What's her name? Lisa Bonet?
The link I gave you, actually, let me see.
There's no link, bro.
There is. It's at the end.
You really didn't set this up correctly.
No, I
Why'd
did.
you say 3.4? She's a 10.
Well, let's show it. Where is it at?
Oh no, I'm wrong. That was
you're wrong.
So
I was waiting for that. I'm like, listen, I know my brother, and I know that he doesn't. I know that he knows what a 3.4 is.
And here's the deal. She was
an 8 when she was young.
She was an 8, yeah. But she's had a lot of plastic surgery, it looks like.
There's some things have occurred.
Yeah. How did Jason Momoa end up with this? Well,
he's been there since 2007, so
But she is much older than him.
Yes, he's a young man in comparison. And he's like, hey, this is Lisa Bonet, star of the Cosby Show, and then they fell in love or whatever. So,
but you know what I would say to myself? Oh, wait, I'm Jason Momoa.
Well, he wasn't really anything yet.
Even if he wasn't, let's say he didn't have very much celebrity. He was on Baywatch and Atlantis at that point, right?
Yeah.
He was on Baywatch and Atlantis. So yeah.
Atlantis, no. Atlantis, 2007. So it would have been like beginning of Atlantis.
Yeah, beginning of Atlantis, the end of Baywatch. Either way, you still look like Jason Momoa.
That's true, but maybe she looked good in 2000.
Like if I was a hobo on the street that looked like Jason Momoa, I would have nothing but swag. And I would ask myself, why am I a hobo? I could be a gigolo. But that's a whole other topic.
Let's look. Lisa Bonet, 2007. Here you go. Lisa Bonet, 2007. Yeah, they're like, no.
Yeah, I think she has like a substance abuse issue.
Okay.
And I don't want to like down that, like, listen, like,
I mean,
if she does, to help it. But like, so I've hung around with a lot of folks at the community center that have those problems, right? And I have actively tried to help people like that. And I've noticed that certain substances give you a very, very distinctive look in like your forehead and the way your bones sit on your face, and your cheeks are sort of sunken in, and your eyes are hollow. It's almost like that drug is like eating whatever fat's left on your face, and she has that look to her. And I don't want, if that's the case, I hope she gets help. But that's what it looks like to me.
Well, I can see what you're saying, but she's done pretty well for herself. She was married to Lenny Kravitz and then Jason Momoa, so she's done well for herself.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Lenny Kravitz is a looker too.
But I'm looking at her 2007 image here, which I looked it up, and there's a picture of them together, and she still looks hard, bro.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Anyways, so we'll see what happens.
Maybe she's just very good at like intimacy, like encouraging her man and lifting him. Maybe being around her is alluring, not necessarily the way her face looks or whatever, but like maybe her actions are very intimate and charming. I don't know.
Well, I think Jason has a mama complex probably, and
if I look like that, I would too.
Marrying
I would have all the mamas in my complex. What's up? Come on, that's a dad joke right there, right?
All the mamas in my complex.
All the mamas in my complex.
It only works if you live in an apartment, but there you go.
No. Or you have an actual like island and you call it like the Momoa complex, the honey bin. That's if I was Jason Momoa, I would buy an island and I would call it the honey bin.
Honey hut.
The honey hut. Coconuts.
We talked about this way too long.
We have. Okay. Yeah, this is supposed to be a quick story, bro. What'd you do?
It's supposed to be fast. That don't happen. Well, we can't even talk about the next one. Baby Shark, first YouTube video to break 10 billion views. We don't need to write anything else. What's wrong with the world when that's the case? It just means that there's a lot more little kids watching YouTube than there are adults.
So listen, here's the deal. I hate the actual Baby Shark song, but it's the weirdest thing. I love the remix.
Okay.
The trap remix. I'm going to show you guys right now. It's the weirdest thing. The actual song makes me want to physically remove my eardrums in real time. But if you show me the trap mix, I can't stop moving. Check this out. Here we go. It's coming. It's loading. What the hell? Wait. It's gonna break down right now.
This is real.
Yeah.
This is happening. This is really happening.
All right. There it is, right here. This is the drop that always kills me. Yo, stepped on the scene at the age of 17, crystal clean, kick it like you've never seen, big expansion, pop Hanson, do off Marilyn Manson up in his mansion.
Yeah, because
where it's happening, going through your party with the stereo blasting.
You're losing it, bro.
Pretty sure we just got copyright claims, so.
Well,
and like halfway through playing it, I was like, wait, if I talk over it, maybe we won't get claimed. I'm sorry, YouTube gods. Please allow us to keep this video up.
Well, we'll keep the video up. Somebody will just want to collect the money. That's all it is.
Yes, they will.
Well, okay. Baby Shark aside, let's talk about some Alec Baldwin because we do have some new news. Oh,
that's right. I saw the headline. I was like, Alec Baldwin surrenders. And I'm like,
what?
Dude, immediately I was like, what the? So like, he's just admitting he killed someone. And then I click on it. It's like his mobile phone. I'm like, yo, F you guys, dude.
That is the most beautiful clickbait I have ever seen.
The best click. I mean, look, I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed.
Right. Yeah. Because think about it. Because anytime, I guess it's the art of clickbait. If you can get a word that also associates with the story and makes people go, what? I mean, you automatically think he's done something wrong anyways, right?
Right. And it was like the Alec Baldwin surrenders ... and like but they weren't telling. There was no lie there. It was factual. They just decided where the words on the page were gonna go. That's it.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
I've decided after this entire thing, Alec Baldwin on 30 Rock, he's not acting. So I've decided that.
You think that's him?
I believe that's him.
If that's him, then Alec Baldwin's my legitimate role model because I love his character on 30 Rock.
No, we love it because it's a caricature of a person.
Oh, I see.
But he is
it's like
who should not be a caricature. And it seems the more he talks, that interview he did about Rust and what happened with the shooting, where he basically kept saying over and over it wasn't his fault in so many different ways, was so clueless.
Like, how's your daughter doing? It wasn't my fault. Okay.
That gun went off on its own.
Yeah, it went off on its own, Craig.
It's like I didn't even ask you.
I just asked you if you wanted a water. No, it's not my fault.
It's so sad. And so basically what happened here, let me give you guys the news. And we hadn't heard this or I hadn't followed it. Apparently the sheriff's office in Suffolk County where the event happened, where the tragedy occurred, on December 16th, they got a warrant for Alec Baldwin's cell phone. So they wanted to find out, they wanted to know, hey, what the heck was going on? What did he text? What did he say? Right around that event. But the actor didn't turn in his phone until today, I believe.
Yeah. You know what that's called?
Tell me. I don't know.
It's called bit bleaching.
Called what? Oh, I see. He's deleting stuff off his phone.
He's not doing it. He knows better. He had someone do it.
Yeah.
I will bet you $100. There's a text on there, has nothing to do with the production, nothing to do with the gunner, but it makes him look way worse in some other way. He's like, oh, it's a stupid thing. Like did he text Giselle Maxwell or whatever and be like, hey, good luck at the trial? You know,
or hey, hun, where did you hide my gerbils?
yeah. Hey,
No,
hon, where's the gerbils at? I'm really feeling a session right now.
I mean, look, I get what he's saying, but here's the one thing is, I mean, I guess you got to worry about leaks and stuff like that, but it makes him look really, really bad.
Right.
Because he did refuse to turn over the phone. On January 8th, he posted an Instagram video claiming he simply wanted his private communications protected.
Right.
The problem is when you're part of a police investigation, you no longer have private. This is the problem with Hollywood stars that believe that they're above the law or believe that things don't, that they shouldn't be held accountable for saying things. It's just the way he's been behaving about this whole thing. He doesn't believe he has to obey. So he didn't. He cleaned off, I'm sure, whatever on his phone that he wanted to clean off. And now he's turned in his phone. But this makes him look like, it says, any suggestions that I'm not complying with requests or orders or search warrants about my phone. That's bull crap.
Bull honky.
That's a lie.
Bull honky dookie.
No, but hold on. So, but he didn't give the phone up. So how is that not a lie? He says that's a lie because I just wanted to protect my private communications. It's like talking to a crazy person, Brian.
Well, no, he's talking to his lawyer, and his lawyer's like, "Well, you have this much time, or this." They're doing everything by the book, but the court of public opinion is obviously making him look nuts.
No, he didn't have that much time. It wasn't turned in. He didn't have 30 days to turn in his phone.
Oh,
that's not how it worked.
But he was in a different state, though, right?
He put a video out about this. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see.
Yes, he posted this on Instagram video, saying that basically it's a lie that he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, complying with orders, and that he just wants to protect his private communications. So maybe he's going to court. It doesn't say that he was countering them or whatever.
He wants to protect the fact that he was messaging Epstein 2 years ago on that same phone.
Well, and then it says that there are only certain things they're able to look at. It had to be around that time frame. It had to do solely with the case. So it makes you wonder.
What is the text there? Hey, did you load the gun like we talked about?
Oh wow! Oh yeah, that could be it right there, man.
Oh, that was a line in a scene.
Well, in all fairness, if that had been what had happened, I doubt that's what it is, because if that had been what happened, that phone would have been destroyed like the next day. So
oh, yeah. If that's what happened, here's me. My lawyer calls. Hey, the police want your phone. I can't find it.
I would have traveled to the Grand Canyon the next day and been like, oops, that would have been done.
Yeah, I would have smashed it, burned it.
Right. It would have been over.
Yeah.
So let's see what else they got to say here.
Move on from this. I'm bored of this.
Well, last little part here. The 30 Rock actor added that he and his lawyer attorney were following a process. Not necessarily a legal process, but a process, probably his process or their process, when authorities request evidence from a subject who lives out of state. So, yeah, I couldn't get there. I was busy. It was the holidays, whatever.
Yeah.
Tell us the truth, Alec. What happened?
Man, have the mighty have fallen, dude. I used to love Alec Baldwin, but that guy just he became the celebrity that he made fun of, dude.
Yeah, he did. And it'll be interesting. I mean, this is a true mystery. I mean, what happened? I mean, how did the bullet? I mean, holy cow. Like, I cannot wait for the trial, whoever ends up on trial, because I need to know from the armorer to the associate producer, what happened there, and I want to hear about the range shooting apparently they were doing on set, earlier that week.
It wasn't a range. They were just shooting at bottles or something.
That's what I'm talking about. They were shooting at things.
Yeah,
they set up their own little range.
Then because the production wanted to save money and a bunch of the regular crew was on strike, they hired a bunch of interns and college students and
Right.
scabs. And, then they gave the inmates the keys to the asylum, man. This is what's going to happen. I'm not even, I don't think Alec Baldwin actually had like a personal hand in the death of this woman, right?
No, of course, yeah. I
believe him and his producer their failings to manage the set properly,
Right.
in trying to save as much money as possible, their greed is what led to the circumstances of inept, dumb, apathetic, people making a mistake that kills someone. And
100%.
so
That's the answer.
So they should be held responsible to a degree, but like, should he go to jail? No, probably not.
100%. I think you just nailed it. That's the answer. But it'll be fun to see what dumb thing Alec Baldwin does next regarding this whole story.
Yeah.
It's been just continuously dumb the whole time.
What is up with celebrities and Instagram videos? It feels like so many celebrities go to Instagram and try to defend themselves. I guess I'm just not an Instagram follower. Is that where it's happening right now, or what?
I'm totally messing up. I don't even have Instagram. I mean, this is we need to get Instagram quickly because all the good stuff seems to be happening over there.
Our Popcast Instagram account has like 8,000 followers, dude, and we post like once every 2 months.
Wow. You know what the problem is? You have to do it on the phone, and I want to work on a computer. That's my problem.
Yeah, no, I have the same problem. Like, every once in a while, when I'm really trying to go that extra mile and I have extra time, I'll do it on the phone. But for the most part, I don't want to pull my phone out and move my pictures from my phone to the whole thing,
Well, I'll tell you what, brother. Apparently, people have too much money, and this next story is going to prove it.
Spider-Man thing.
Spider-Man comic page.
A page, not the comic book. Wait, not the comic book. Not a figurine, not the actual person, because I can totally see a person being sold for $3 million. No, a black and white page. Please continue.
Yes, the comic page sells for a record $3.36 million in a bidding auction. I guess that's what an auction is. A single page of artwork from a 1984 Spider-Man comic book sold at auction Thursday for a record $3.36 million. Were there not many of these 1984 comics put out? I mean, everybody who's got them in their basement, wouldn't they be looking for this 1984 Spider-Man comic book?
I'm sorry. I'll tell you why. This is like the introduction to Venom.
I get why, but it's a 1984 comic book. It's not 1956 or 52, or it's 1984.
But Venom is like on the top 10 of like most popular comic book characters.
You're not hearing me. There must be a million of these books out there.
No, there's not.
That's what I'm trying to say. How many of these? I mean, it's 84. So did they not print very many? It doesnn't say here in the story.
Well, So in the 84, there wasn't like an Amazon and there wasn't online. So comic books, Gary from Nerdrotic would explain this better than me, but from what I gather, comic book shops would order almost like on consignment. So they would say, give me this many books for this month. Now they were on the hook to pay that bill almost like a credit, or send them back if they couldn't sell them. But the way most people bought comic books was from little comic book shops or or mom and pop grocery stores or whatever. And,
well, they had no, well, that's not true. They also had Books A Million, and they had all kinds of bookstores at that time.
They had bookstores, but not all bookstores carried comics.
Almost everyone I visited in California had comics.
I know. I was a big book guy and a big comic guy. And, Barnes & Noble, when I was young, did not have comic books. Because you know what? If they did, I would have stolen a ton of them.
It wasn't...
bought a ton of them.
Oh, it wasn't Barnes & Noble. It was... stole a bunch of them. No, there was a bunch of these little bookstores in the malls that had comic books in them. Not the Barnes & Nobles, though. I got to remember, it was like Books A Million. I have to go back and look at the 80s and remember. But I used to look at them and think, oh, well, I don't want to read this. But the point is that,
another thing too, bro, comic books, people think because of how popular comic book characters are, that comic books sold a lot. But there are entire runs of comic books famous comic books that didn't even break like the 500,000 print mark. Because
but if there were 1,000 of these made, there's must be. I mean, do you know how many 1984 baseball cards I have?
Well, I mean, dude, yeah, I have a bunch of them too. But are they in good condition?
Yes, I put them away and saved them. And there were tons of comic book collectors in the 80s.
So here's the difference between you and I. I also have a huge, thick stack of baseball cards in my garage that I keep telling myself I'm not going to throw away just in case.
Right.
But none of them are in good shape. I know that for a fact. So there's a lot of people like me who bought comic books and read them. They didn't keep them, pristine in a plastic hermetically sealed bin. They read them, they lent them out. Kids back then also used to borrow each other. Like, oh, hey, I have issue 1, you have issue 4. Okay, cool. I'll give you 1, give me 4 when you get there. That kind of stuff. Like they would trade back and forth so they can get the entire story.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so I found it out. It's Marvel Comics Secret Wars number 8. Okay, that was the book.
Yeah.
From Mike Zack. Okay. And of course, it would eventually lead to the emergence of the character Venom. Why is it worth so much money? This is the problem with people who write news stories these days. Like, you're forgetting the whole why. Why is this worth $3.36 million? It really doesn't. Other than the fact that it's Spider-Man's first, Venom image, you would think that, and it just didn't get put out. They do mention here that the previous record for a individual page being sold was from a 1974 issue of The Incredible Hulk that featured the first appearance of Wolverine. That was $657,000. Okay, so apparently this is worth a lot more. I just need to know, and I will keep looking. And I'm just fascinated at the fact that you need to say in a news story why it's worth so much money.
Okay, if I had to guess, it's in mint condition. It's the 8th issue, which means that so they always print a lot of the first issue, but by the time you get to the 8th issue, not people aren't ordering as much because they've figured out who's going to buy them or not. So there probably wasn't as many made as the first issue, and there's probably very, very, very few of them in perfect condition. I'll tell you that right now. And it's Venom. It's Venom. I'm
okay with that. I just want to freaking hear it.
I understand, but out of the millions of superheroes, he's on the top 10 list, man.
Okay, wait. Okay, wait. He is. Well, I mean, okay. What? Say that again.
Out of all the millions of superheroes on comic books, because there are millions of types of comic books and characters, he is on the top 10 of all-time famous characters.
All right, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do this right now.
And Spider-Man is number 1. Superman's number 2. There's an actual listing of it. Spider-Man has made more money in his run, comic books, movies, and TV shows than any other character in history. Spider-Man is the most famous superhero of all time.
Well, let me just tell you, you can buy this Secret Wars number 8 for $3,000 on eBay.
Yeah, it's probably not
really special about that inside page that they just haven't indicated us. I mean, it says here newsstand edition.
No, I know what it is, bro.
9.8. What is it? Please tell me.
There's a map on the back. If you use lemon juice, it reveals a secret map where you can find the actual spider and develop your own spider powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, like lemon juice and salt. It shows the hidden ink, bro. You like that little Nicolas Cage reference?
That was great.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here desperately trying to find out why I can buy it.
Before we get to that reason, let me explain why Venom. All right.
I want to know why I can buy it for $3,000 on eBay. I mean, obviously it's a pretty, must be a rare comic book.
It's probably not first edition though. Maybe it's not.
I mean, what? Okay, I'm sorry. There are editions for comic books, I guess you're telling me?
Yeah, because so after the first run's printed, they print another run, and those might have a variant, a cover, or something special about it. And here's the variant of that, and they're gonna have a comic book where there's 10 different. It's the same story, but 10 different covers, 10 different colors. It has hollow or whatever weird stuff added to it.
Okay, I believe that this really rare one here is $10,000 on eBay. So I'm still trying to figure out why that one page is 3. Let me tell you, if any of you know.
Oh, I know why. Realistically.
Oh, stop.
No. I'm not gonna. That's not a crazy theory. Let me tell you why.
All right.
He didn't buy just a comic book page. He bought a bunch of illegal black market crap, and this is how they wash the money, bro.
So dumb, dude.
No. This actually happens though. So you can place a value on art.
DiCaprio movie now or something.
No. You can place whatever value you want. I can make a painting, right?
Okay.
With my feces, and call it
Jackson Pollock.
Yeah. Jackson Pollock, and I can say this is worth $700,000.
You can.
And no one can deny me that right. And when someone gives me that money,
right?
Guess what? Now that money's been claimed.
Dude, this was an auction. That means multiple people bid up to 3.3.
Yeah, and behind that page, there were some secret items that they couldn't legally sell.
All right, I'm done talking about it because we don't know the answer.
You know it's legit.
Answer, let us know in the comments below.
Dude, you read about that story last year? Some guy was commissioned to make an art piece for like the front hallway of a museum, and they gave him like $25,000 to make this art piece, and because of how respected he was, they said he could do whatever he wants for the art piece, and 25 grand, and he was commissioned. He literally walked in there 2 weeks later. He drew a circle on the ground and he called his art piece in Latin, in French or whatever, like basically the invisible art.
Okay.
He said you can't see it unless you're behind my eyes. This actually happened, bro. Unless you're behind my eyes. And there's a placard where it says invisible art. And it's just a circle on the ground, my dude.
All right. I mean, you can live in crazy land if you want.
That's real. That actually happened like last year.
If it did really happen, then people live in like crazy land.
Oh, yeah, people are nuts. People are crazy. That's 100%.
Let's say over here too, Callum Joseph. The best collector's sign poster I have is from Henry Hill from Goodfellas. Oh, nice.
I'm gonna brag right now.
Henry Hill's. I
have a Ghostbusters script signed by Dan Aykroyd.
Nice. And
Bill Murray.
And
all the Ghostbusters.
All the Ghostbusters, right? And
my brother gave me a Ghostbusters script signed by the entire cast. Yes, the original Ghost, not Ghostbusters 2016.
No.
That would just become toilet paper. No.
The original Ghostbusters.
The original Ghostbusters signed by the cast. Yes.
Check out what my brother got me included.
Dan Marino.
That is Dan Marino. This is my Christmas gift for my bro, my favorite.
I know like 4 football players, and Dan Marino is one of them.
He's my favorite. You were the man.
Kenneth, I don't know that information, but I will find it for you later on.
Oh, I can tell you the artist right now. The artist is Mike Zack. He was his artwork.
The Invisible Guy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the Spider-Man thing.
He's asking about the Invisible Guy, I think.
Okay, got it.
All right, move on, man. Move on from this craziness. Please.
Yes. So very cool. Callum Joseph on the Goodfellas thing. I love Goodfellas, one of my favorite movies. And then Hiroshi Loves You. I love the money washing theory. Okay, so there you go. Hiroshi loves the money washing theory because actually that does make the most sense.
Yes, it makes the most sense.
It does. But you just think they wouldn't publicize it like that, but whatever.
No, but they have to publicize it so that it's not looked at sideways by the IRS.
I mean, I guess that's a good point. I mean, you know what? That is actually a really good point because all of these things being sold that are ridiculously valued, everybody's like, what the heck? Why did it sell for so much?
Right.
Because someone paid for it. You're right. Okay. I'm down for the money laundering theory.
So on that note, if there is a billionaire coke trafficker that ever sees this, okay, get in contact with me. I have art I can sell you. Now, if you're a human trafficker, please avoid me. But if you're just like a coke dealer and you got a lot of money, listen, I have some art for you.
Okay. Anything else illegal doesn't involve people. I'm with you.
Yeah, as long as no one's actually getting hurt, I'm okay with it. A true libertarian.
Kenneth says, is it a page from the comic or was it a drawing by the artist of the page? You know, Ken, that's actually a good point, because it does say a single page of artwork from, it's actually, it says it's from the comic book. So
yeah, I would go, I would not even be surprised if it was like, it's a photocopy of a fax of the page. Because it doesn't matter what they bought. This is all for tax purposes.
Yes. And of course, he asked the same question on the member side too. Thank you for Ken for doing double work. We will try to get over and do that.
We will do that. Okay, moving on, man.
Let's keep going.
What's next?
Oh, it's your news, and there was no link for me. You know, you criticizing, like not leaving a link or it not being perfect for you. I couldn't even read what happened here because you did not give me a link, sir.
Okay, so here's the deal. I was doing stuff, and I thought you already knew about this story.
I don't even know. G4, is it still on TV?
No, okay. All right, so you don't know about this. Okay, here we go. All right, so a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away called Anaheim, I used to live there. I used to live in the bad part of Anaheim. We nicknamed it Anacrime.
Is it a good part?
My apartment was a one-bedroom studio apartment. It cost me $900 a month. And I'm not even exaggerating when I've literally caught my landlord in my house on rent day.
Okay.
Like I would come home from work and she'd be waiting on my couch for me.
Yeah.
So it's a trap house, basically. It's the worst. Listen, back then, though, I worked 15 hours a day and I had so little money. The only real enjoyment I got out of gaming was watching other people play games.
Ooh.
And G4 Tech TV hit every single possible button on the buttons on my body.
On the Brian excitement.
Brian excitement. So we had video games. We had tech. We had computers. We had Olivia Munn, Kevin Pereira, Olivia Munn.
Yeah, keep going.
Halo, Olivia Munn. We had a lot of Olivia Munn. Here's the deal. I watched Tech TV religiously. And a lot of the people on Tech TV went on to have decent careers. There's a couple crazy people on that show that never went to have their own careers and instead sort of stayed in the shadow of the dead G4. And when G4 Tech TV, G4 TV went out of business, and hung up the old gaming spurs when Olivia Munn left and Kevin Pereira left and Morgan Webb left and all the best people left because there wasn't any more money in it. A couple of the crazies stuck around because they didn't have any other options because they weren't actually very talented.
Okay.
Now, years later, now this is when I'm like 20. Years later, now we're 22 years later. G-Force is back, baby. They got a YouTube. They got a website. They got social media. And that one dude that just decided never to leave the show, he's still there. And now that crazy, untalented hack brought some friends. He did.
Okay. So it's still going on, is what you're telling me. This show still happens.
It's back, actually. It was gone for a very, very, very long time.
Okay.
And basically, it's mainly in name only because they're not actually doing the show, say, on TV. It's a web thing now, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the G4 reboot. And everyone was excited about it because of nostalgia, right? You go, oh, man, G4 is coming back in 2021. I'm so excited. But in reality, when you actually start watching it, you realize, oh, wait a minute. I'm a father and I'm 41 years old and this is no longer remotely interesting.
Okay.
And to make matters worse, I'm not trying to be mean here. Yeah, all the hosts are annoying and just unattractive in every way. I'm not talking about just physically.
Okay.
Physically, emotionally, their voices are unattractive. The way they wear, everything they do, every part of their being is unattractive. Now, yeah. So this chick got famous because about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, when she decided on a live stream to call out the sexist behavior of the people in the chat and people on comments.
Okay.
Instead of dealing with the fact that she's just doesn't have a lot of talent, and she walks out there and she has, nose piercing, and she has made decisions that make her look angry and mean.
Okay.
And then when some 15-year-old on chat says something, because it's really, we're talking about like sub 20-year-olds commenting on her nose ring or the fact that her voice is annoying, or that, they're comparing her to like the most beautiful women of the 90s for nerds. And she's like, the reason everyone doesn't like me is because of misogyny. No. They were like 14-year-olds that complained about you. Everyone else is complaining about actual things, like the fact that you don't actually write your own reviews. Your voice has no proper cadence. You're a professional being paid to do a job, and you can't actually hold your volume. You don't have any mic control. You are reviewing a game that you've never played. And for me, that's like the number one thing. Look, I don't even play a lot, but I tell you this. If you review a game or a movie, I'm sorry. Hey, PSA, everybody. The more you know. Ready? If you review something, you should have some kind of knowledge of it. Right? I mean, for the love of all things that are holy, how can you review a TV show you've never seen?
Yes.
How can you review a game and put your name and stamp on a game you've never played?
Wait, are they faking it to make it, or are they really saying?
So basically, G4 got a bunch of money from a bunch of investors looking to make money, looking to lose as much money as possible in the tax year before they have to actually pay on it, right? And what they did was they hired like 125 people for a YouTube channel, essentially.
Okay.
With like 400,000 subscribers, and there are interns writing her scripts for her reviews.
That's not good. That's never good.
Right. So then they have these reviews that come out, and but she's not referring to it as the reviewers here at G4. She is acting as if she is the person. It's first person knowledge. And she was called out for it, and she immediately lashed out at people because of misogyny, and then admitted that writers write her reviews, and she just kept digging herself deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
And to make it worse, the untalented, no-named hack that never left G4 TV 25 years ago, that's still there, that guy, because he has zero talent on his own, Adam Sessler is who I'm talking about. If you guys don't know this, Adam Sessler is a no-talent hack. Okay, he has on the original G4, he just rode everyone's coattails. He had no idea himself half the time what was actually happening. And I'm not even acting like I know what's happening, but I'm not paid to be here. That dude was paid a lot of money to be the face of G4 and knew nothing about the product. It was obvious 22 years ago. It's obvious now. He hires someone and he does the same stick. He hires someone that checks the boxes. She is this sexuality. She is this gender, or I'm not even sure if that's gender. Whatever. She checks a bunch of virtue signaling boxes. Then he goes, okay, review these games. Oh, but wait, I'm going to have you do exactly what I was doing 22 years ago. I'm going to have someone write my reviews, and I'm going to pretend as if I'm actually a gamer. I'm actually here. And then when you're called out on it, you don't actually she doesn't go, hey, you know what? I will modify my review process, or hey, this is how I justify the fact that I don't write my own reviews or play the games. because maybe I'm just a narrator, right? Maybe that's my job here. No. Instead of actually justifying it logically, she immediately lashes out to the 3 people in chat that talked about her nose ring or the fact that she wasn't very attractive. And she labels the entire internet misogyny. And guess what? They lose like 30% of their subscribers overnight because the internet don't play, dude.
All right. Well, I'm not sure that was newsworthy, but really, that's very interesting. Where do you watch G4 at now? I'm sorry. There was a time when it was on one of the network channels, I believe.
Yeah, it was on G4.
That's right. That's an actual channel. So what is it on now? Is it like a YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's like a YouTube channel, like a website.
Got it. Okay. So
yeah, they have like 495,000 subs.
Well, that's a lot. So okay, so it's newsworthy.
Yeah. Yeah, and Kevin Pereira is still there, and he left for a long time. He's back or whatever, and some of the original people are still there or back for it. But if you look through their catalog, the majority of their work it's just a content farm. This is not G4 or Attack of the Show from back in the day, guys. This is just a content farm, and they're using the G-Force logo and the Tech TV logo to sort of trick all the 35 to 46-year-old people with disposable incomes that still remember the old G4.
And they got you, bro.
No, I'm not subbed.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like you were talking about.
I'm yourself. Not subbed. Is there a sub right there? Nope.
It sounds like you were talking about yourself, though, when you said,
I watched one video back in like a month ago.
Well, and why not? I mean, if it was really popular at the time.
I immediately said this is like garbage content. It was garbage content. It's a content farm. It's like watching 5-minute crafts, guys. This is not real.
Right. But what I'm saying is at the time when it first came out, I think American Ninja Warrior like started on G4. Where they actually, but it was like Japanese Warrior or something like that. Remember that?
I think you're right. Yeah. No, they had some really cool stuff on G4. Yeah. No, and maybe that's part of it. Maybe I'm super disappointed because
you expected better.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair. They should deliver better. Well, their views will show them. Whether people stick around, the truth will come out in the end. Right.
This video has 9,000 views. Jesus. 14,000. I mean, yeah, the views are not very good for the amount of subs they have. Their views are sort of garbage.
Yeah, well, I would take them, but yes.
I mean, they're knocking. How many? Look at this. 3 hours ago, 2 days ago. So basically, every day they have a video coming out. So they're making. I don't know if they're making money though, because they have a team of 120 people working there. So,
well, like you said, like Vox does, they're paid for by somebody else. So it doesn't even matter if they're really making any money. It's another way to shill advertising, basically.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And there's big companies that can just take a loss because they're not actually paying for it. Just tax write-off.
Well, yeah. And it's just, not even necessarily to take a loss, but to, have control, to be able to like bring advertisers in and say, well, we have this 400 and something thousand people reach to these videos, so it's like, bringing in a sponsor, even if they lose a little bit, they win someplace else. You know how it is.
Yeah. I'm sorry to be so angry about Adam Sessler. I have hated Adam Sessler since I was like 19. Okay. I can't stand that dude. And so when I saw he was back, dude, you never left, bro. You don't have a career. When I saw he was back and he was defending, he's just such an idiot. Like in every sense of the word, he's just
all right.
He's one of those people that feel upward somehow, and it confuses me. And it bothers me because I work really hard. Can I feel upward once in a while? Come on, man. So
it's a little bit jealousy.
Well, and the fact that he has zero talent.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, it's okay to be jealous. I mean, it is a motivational emotion. That's why you work so hard now. This is it. since you were 19 years old, Adam Sessler has forced you to work so hard that you have now become your own,
I'm watching Adam Sessler drool over Olivia Munn and stutter his way through a review.
That's what it was. You were jealous he was sitting next to Olivia Munn.
How in the world is this dude being paid to poorly play Halo with Olivia Munn right now? What am I doing wrong in my life? Right? Because this guy has zero talent. He has no looks. He can barely talk. I know I can barely talk. Look, I get it. But I'm also not paid, okay? He can barely speak. How did he get his job?
So, yeah, if you're not a member of the channel and you're watching, now is the good time to become a member because Brian is tired of not getting paid as well as Adam Sessler. So if you would like to join and watch our members only section, which will be coming up soon. Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on from that.
Please. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next story.
Jeez.
Well, you know what's funny about it is I love stories like this because I don't know anything about it. So when I get to just watch you basically light up, and that's fun for me because I don't have to think. It's great.
All right, now it's your turn to light up. Ready? Let's talk about the Matrix Resurrections because Wired.com says it's a movie for grown-ups.
That's not what we're doing. That's later.
Oh, snaps. Oh, my bad. Hey, my bad, guys. That's for the members. So.
Well, it was a tease. It was a tease for the members.
I didn't mean to do that. So, let me go back and look at what.
When we get
I'm so distracted by Adam Sessler's ugly, bald, gross penis head. I can't even think about what I was doing next.
When we do get to that section, the member section, we will be talking about, and I will tell you, I'm going to break down exactly to you why The Matrix was a total crap show.
Okay, so we're gonna skip Netflix creep.
No. I want to explain that. That's important. It's quick, but I want to explain it.
It's a stock thing, isn't it?
It's not, dude. Just let me explain it. So don't give up. I let you talk about G4 and Adam Sessler for 20 minutes.
That's true.
So
now I realize why you wrote that the way you wrote it. Because you knew that if you wrote it's a stock thing, I would have been like, can we not do the stock thing?
It's not a stock thing.
Okay. All right, Shane. Take it away.
Let's take a second and just say hello to Matt Vader from the Salty Nerd Podcast. Just came in to say,
what's up, Matt?
Nice to see you. Just
what's
pop in at work.
Hey, I learned all my salty techniques from that man.
That's right. Don't let anybody rob at that casino, Matt.
Oh, I sent Matt a Popcast shirt and a Popcast pin for his hat.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. Kenneth says Olivia Munn is not the new one. Yeah, of course she's not, bro. She's an actual paid actor. Who would? I mean, I know I'm not yelling at you, but to the people that were on Twitter that were asking, why isn't Olivia Munn back for G4? Because she's actually a working actor.
Yeah,
that's why she's not going to go work on a YouTube channel.
And Brian wouldn't be complaining if Olivia Munn was on the show.
No. Even if Adam Sessler's ugly, untalented face was right next to her, I would watch every minute.
So yeah, we agree with Matt. Matrix sucks. We'll be talking about that later.
The Matrix was so bad, bro. We're so bad.
Talk about that later. We haven't had a chance to discuss it, but let's talk about Netflix and The Creep. Now, listen, it's nothing to do with stocks. I don't even know why you said that. Here's the headline: Netflix raises prices. In Canada. U.S.
And their stock price doubled overnight. You should have invested.
No, it's actually going down, to be honest.
I know. I lost money.
Yeah. So this is what's interesting, though. They're raising the price. Now, they're only raising it by $1.50. That's all it's going up. And the reason why I
ain't paying that money.
What?
I'm not paying that. I'm grandfathered, bro. $9.99 a month for life.
Okay. Well, for the people that go out and come back in, let's just say, they are raising their standard price $1.50. Now, this is what's happening. You guys the reason I called it a creep was because this is what companies do. They slowly creep up their price on you. And then before you know it, 5 years later, you're like, whoa, I'm paying double than what I was paying. The phone companies, electric companies, cable used to do this all the time.
Oh my God.
all the time.
You know what's funny is at this point, I am now officially paying more for all my streaming services than I was for cable. But I'll tell you this, ready?
But you're happier.
The fact that I am in control, 100% in control of what I'm paying for and why, even if it's frivolous, I don't care.
Okay.
I had zero control of the cable company. They would just tell me my bill was $120.
Yeah. And then remember they had all those little fees, like a FCC fee and a wire fee, and like a air fee, and you're like,
yeah, they had a Wi-Fi fee. They had a rent. You had to rent the modem. You had to rent the router. And I'm like, oh, I'm not using your router. And they're like, well, yeah, but it's part of your bill. I'm like, so you're saying that I turned down the free router and I'm still being charged for it? Yes, sir. I'm like, like, Carol, how does that make any sense, Carol? She goes, sir, I don't even know what a router is. It's just part of your account.
Well, the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention now is because I'm warning everybody now. Just like if you're gonna have Netflix forever, and and you're like trying to cheat the system and like
get in there,
come back in, the price seems to just continue going up, and they're gonna keep creeping on us like this. They're gonna have to raise a little bit, 99 cents. Great. How much can we raise it without losing a bunch of people? That's what they're asking themselves right now. And what's ridiculous is when you look at how many subscribers Netflix has worldwide. When you take a really hard look at that number.
Can I guess right now before you find it? I'm going to guess. Ready? 237 million subscribers.
Close, dude.
Was I really?
Yeah, you were close. 213.5 million.
Wow, I was super close.
So what's interesting about that, when you times that by $15.49, that means that they make.
What is it? Oh my God! This is monthly.
$3.3 billion
a month.
$3.3 billion.
Is that a month? A month?
A month.
Oh,
a month.
Oh my.
Making these little crappy shows that they make.
Oh my God. And they're complaining about the budget of Lost in Space? Dude, Lost in Space, and I quote, by an executive said it wasn't canceled because it didn't have viewers. On quite the contrary, the guy actually said, quite the contrary, it was one of our most viewed things on Netflix, but the show is just too expensive to continue making. You're making $3 billion a month? How much does it cost to make Lost in Space? It can't cost more than a couple $100 million, right?
I mean, dude, when you're making $40 billion a year, that's what Netflix is making. $40 billion a year. You can make another season of Lost in Space.
Yeah, you can make like 4 of those seasons, man.
So they just charge that extra little $1.50. How many members we say? 350?
313, you said. No, 213.
213 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice little $319 million a month. They just raised their price. That's how much.
If you just asked, is it expensive to create one of these platforms? Listen, if you got, hold on. Now, do you want that platform for yourself or for other people? That's the question, right? Okay. Let's say you just want to skip the Netflix and the Hulu charges and just make your own streaming, system at home. Dude, you can do it for like $400 and a $5 a month charge to Plex. And take some old computer you don't use no more, turn that sucker into a media server, and stream it to all your various cheap devices, Rokus and Fires or whatever.
That sounds like a Discord life hack that you need to do.
Yeah. Except for you have to break the law like daily, and you might get caught for it. So spending the $10 a month, it could protect you from going to prison. So
I got to thank Atheist. That is how you welcome somebody back right there. Did you see that? There is a stud on my screen. Nice. Thank you, bro. That makes me feel good. Thank you.
Yeah. So he's actually back because when I was here by myself last week, he unsubscribed. He only came back and subbed when he heard you were back. He's like, oh, finally.
That's
He's
right.
Like, I got this meth head over here trying to
So,
struggling through articles, reading from the bottom up for some reason.
You can't be a meth head, dude. You're not skinny enough.
I'm not
So
sorry. But I sometimes I talk like a meth head. No,
Yeah.
At one point I was reading an article and like my brain was trying to collect the information ahead of time in order to share it appropriately, and I just like skipped all the way to the bottom and started reading the bottom, and I was like, oh, where did I go there? I went back and watched a couple of those VODs. I'm like, boy, do I not? It looks like I can't read. Wait, if you watched last week's videos, it looks like I have a speech impediment.
Right.
And I can't read, and I'm possibly like challenged in other ways. And at one point my wife comes and she like motions me, and usually when you're here, I just switch over to your camera and I communicate with her.
Right.
I couldn't do that, so this was what I was doing. I was reading an article. She comes in, I go, and I kept reading. Zero context. So if anyone's watching that, this is what it looks like. Jason Momoa.
It looks like
volcano. I hold up 1 second. That's what it looked like, man.
Maybe you need glasses, bro.
It was it's because I can't read right, man. I can read to myself, no problem. You want me to read out loud, it's gonna be a problem.
Yes, and that's okay. Everybody has their skill. You happen to be good at everything technical that exists on this planet. So you've got the rest figured out. I'll read for you while you do all the hard stuff. How about that?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, so Kenneth said that's changed. That's charged in North America only. It's a lot cheaper everywhere else. Oh, that's interesting, Ken. Yeah. So it does look, I don't know what the other worldwide prices are, but he is right. This is USA and Canada where Ken is at as well.
Yeah.
So.
What's that about? Why are we getting, because they have different licenses, different shows and stuff.
Yeah. Well, so I just wanted to, you guys have been warned. You know, these streaming services will start creeping on us. I promise.
No, I am officially paying more for my various services than I was for cable, but I own the Rokus. I don't gotta give them back. I'm not paying any rental charges. I'm not paying any weird fees. And if I want to stop paying for Apple TV, I just go and cancel my Apple TV. I can cancel whatever I want. Now, I don't because I'm an idiot. I haven't seen Apple TV. I haven't watched Hulu in 2 months yet. I'm still paying for them.
Mm.
But if I wanted to, you could be real frugal and like just, if you're not watching at the time, pause your membership or whatever and save.
You know what makes it hard is that it's just difficult enough.
Yeah.
Just difficult enough to get it back on your TV because they make you go to either a device or your computer to reactivate.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, it's just enough to, when you go to cancel your membership, you're like, okay, am I going to watch Hulu this month? Is it worth the $6 to get up off of the couch? You know?
Yeah.
You got this whole thing going on.
And you're trying to do it with a remote, has no keyboard, and you got to type in like a 16-digit password with nothing but right and left keys. You're like,
right.
And God forbid you make one mistake and it's like wrong. And you're like, oh no, what was the mistake?
Right. No, you don't know which one you did. And you know what makes it worse is now a lot of people don't know where they're getting their subscription from. Yeah. So it's like when your subscription, you're like, oh, your subscription's out. And you're like, oh my God, where did I get Disney Plus from? Was it mine?
I signed up with Disney Plus from Hulu and HBO. So when I went to go change my password, it literally said like I don't even own my account.
Right. Yeah. It's so confusing. I mean, just think about Paramount Plus and HBO. I mean, it's all over the place. So the next big one is whoever comes up with, and I believe it's going to be Roku, whoever comes up with the all-in-one package, then that's the place to go.
But at that moment, isn't it just cable?
Well, I mean, as long as it went, the problem I always had with cable is you couldn't pick individual channels.
Right.
So if you pick channels, cable would have been great.
Yeah, this is why Roku is so like people, overvalued because like they are going that Roku is going to be that company unless they make just the worst mistakes possible. They are in line to be the company that provides you the majority of your streaming services.
Yeah, I need them to do well because I have quite a bit of money invested in them. So
yeah, on your recommendation, I bought Roku, and then like a month later,
just keep buying it, bro. Keep buying it.
just cut in half.
That's what I keep telling myself. Let's go over to the comments really quick. Kenneth on the Netflix. They don't make as much money as we do here. 100% true. Netflix is going to charge absolutely as much as they can to whatever country will pay as much. I feel sorry for you guys in England, in Britain. And then Atheist for the Cause. Is the Borg Cube up and running yet? Oh, good question. And this is an opportunity because we do need to thank Cherry Tree again, who gave us those Borg Cubes. And Brian, do you want to give us a status update on that?
No.
I really want to.
No, that's a status update. No, they're not up yet.
Oh, they're not up yet. Okay, so
no.
Hey, sorry, Atheist, they're not up yet.
No, I really wanted them to be up.
Yeah.
But then I had to do a ton of work. So
I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, my bad.
Are you having like an internal moment of distress, or what's happening?
I'm thinking that I remember telling people in December I was going to build the stupid board cases, bro.
Okay.
And I'm realizing right now, in real time, it's been 6 weeks since I said I was going to do that.
Okay, but you've been busy.
I know I've been busy, but it's maddening. It's maddening.
Okay. Well, listen, we will show them to you soon. In the meantime, if you want to see what they actually look like, go to Cherry Tree. Holy cow. I can't believe I'm on the website.
You can see my cursor.
Yes, cherrytree.com. Go to Cherry Tree. Don't go to cherrytree.com because that is investment banking. Do not go to cherrytree.com.
And there's another Cherry Tree that's an adult website. So let's find let's give them the correct one, dude.
Holy cow, that's terrible.
Yeah, I made the mistake. I on Twitter, I just typed it in once.
We are so sorry, Cherry Tree. It's mycherrytree.com.
Yeah.
That's it. mycherrytree.com. And when you click on the link, it's difficult. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, and they even said they would post up on their site and all that, and I can't wait to build it. And we actually need it. We need a better server. I'm so tired of the whining noise that stupid the server. You guys see this down here? See this computer down here?
Sort of.
That one right there. See it?
There we go. Nice. Yeah. I didn't even know that was there. Let's just be honest.
That is our data server, right? And it houses a bunch of files and stuff.
Right.
But it's old. And the fans make the worst noise, dude. It doesn't sound like the typical whining noise of a fan. What it sounds like is water is moving.
Oh. Okay.
So I'm sitting here and I have a little refrigerator too, see? So in my mind, I'm like, oh no. Nice. The refrigerator is leaking into the computer. And that is what my brain is telling me. Every 5 seconds I hear a gurgle noise. Only for me to rip the thing apart. It's one of the fans. Put it back together. And a week later, it's let's do it again. And I don't even know what fan it is. I replaced the fans 14 times. At this point, I think it's the case. I don't know. So I'm giving up. And we're building the board cube, but I don't have time.
All right. Well, we will get to it. And when we do, we will, of course, thank the guys at mycherrytree.com because they're awesome and they hooked us up. And they're really just great people over there. So
yeah, they are.
If you like,
and the product is it's just a cool
it's
thing.
Great. It's totally artistic and functional and everything.
Very cool. Follow them on Cherry Tree on Twitter too. They're good people.
That's true. Yeah. Cherry Tree. Yeah, it is Cherry Tree Inc. on Twitter.
That is the thing too. When I hear the water noise, it reminds me of that for the bathroom.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, where are we at now? So, that's right.
Can you see my cursor? Where's the cursor?
I don't see it. Maybe you had it there earlier.
Huh. All right.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. Why don't I have a link to it? That scares me. Oh, I got it. Okay. So let's talk about the new Disney Star Wars series getting leaked. Okay. We haven't talked, in all fairness to all of you guys out there, Brian and I have not talked about anything Star Wars related TV series. Not Mandalorian, not Boba Fett, not Osaka coming up, Ahsoka, not anything. And the reason we haven't is, frankly speaking, neither one of us had watched any of them prior to Christmas.
Yeah, we didn't care.
But things have changed.
For Shane.
Okay, really? Okay, that's interesting that you said that.
Nah, we're gonna talk about I sort of like Boba Fett, but the last episode of Boba Fett was real weird, dude.
We're going to talk about the last episode of Book of Boba Fett for sure, and I want to hear why, because I want to know if I'm crazy, because I'm digging it. I know there's some couple
felt so cringy to me.
Really, because I'm watching it thinking there's moments in this that Brian's going to be so excited to see, especially with the Rancor, but we can talk about it later. First, let's talk about, so if you're watching The Mandalorian, which most people who enjoy it, the new series are, if they enjoy anything, they enjoy The Mandalorian. And inside The Mandalorian is this character, Bo-Katan Kryze, who is played by Katie Sackhoff. You would know Katie Sackhoff, of course, from the Battlestar Galactica series, from the reboot from the mid-2000s.
Yeah, I've always disliked her, by the way. Like, she was the reason for the long time I didn't watch Battlestar Galactica, because like her character, her general like personality, like it just annoys me.
Okay, or I see. Well, okay. Well, she was playing a Cylon, right?
No.
Oh, she wasn't.
No, she was Starbuck, bro. She was the gender bent.
That's right. She played Starbuck, though.
Gender bent Starbuck.
Right. So she also was on the Flash, right? TV show.
Yes, and she was so cringy in the Flash. Yeah, jeez.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, I didn't really like her in Mandalorian. So that's of the characters. Bo-Katan Kryze is in season 2 of the Mandalorian. She basically plays a different offshoot of the Mandalorians. The reason she's in this show is because she played the voice of the same character in the Clone Wars TV series and also in Star Wars Rebels. And so I guess because she played that voice, they said, well, let's just give her the role in the Mandalorian. But it looks like what happened was accidentally it was put out that she is going to be getting a spinoff series, a Bo-Katan Kryze series from the Mandalorian, which kind of threw me off a little bit.
That is such a mistake.
Because, and this is my fear. My fear is that, the Mandalorian's pretty good. And Boba Fett to me is really getting good. And I'm really looking forward to the Obi-Wan series. But they got to stop just spinning. We don't need, they got Ahsoka coming up. That's already been announced. And we got her in the Mandalorian season 2, which her character was pretty good. But the reality is that we don't need 5-6 spinoff shows. It's going to be hard to keep up with everything. You know?
I don't know why you don't just put these characters in the actual show they're already in and just make more of that show.
It's a money thing. Now that I think about it, when you're doing 8 to 10 episode seasons, back when you used to do, 26, 28 episodes, that was an entire season. So maybe they're doing this because they're like, okay, well, we can have 4 shows and give you 32 to 40 episodes a year, all in the same sort of interesting universe. Because that's the thing, what's happening with the Mandalorian and Boba. If you haven't watched this stuff, the interesting thing that's happening is that it's all taking place like sort of right after Return of the Jedi. And in this time frame, and it's all happening kind of right around Tatooine. And there's just it's very intriguing if you're a Star Wars fan of the original series. You're getting to look at characters, and it's actually pretty interesting, but they could overdo it, So what happened was, to tell you why the leak came out, was the actress playing in the Mandalorian, in Boba Fett and the Mandalorian, Ming-Na Wen, she's playing Fennec Shand. She's basically Boba's, right-hand man. There's a name for it, but I can't remember off the top of my head. She basically on Twitter leaked this information, and it was deleted immediately. But she basically said, "Here, what'd you say here?" Yeah, Disney, tweeted, "Woohoo! Thrilled for you, Katie Sackhoff. Congrats, girl. Bo-Katan's hashtag Star Wars, hashtag Disney Plus," and then she deleted the post. So sounds like a spinoff to me.
All right, here we go. Yeah, it's a spinoff, but here's the deal. You know why I know it's a spinoff? Yeah, it was they leaked it, whatever. They can say it was a mistake. This is why I know it's a spinoff, because for some reason Katie Sackhoff is just always working, and I don't understand, like, what is appealing about this person. She's not a great actor. She overacts everything. She's very cringy in a lot of ways. She's awkward when she like stands and walks. Like, it's like she doesn't know how to human stands. It's
how to human stand.
You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't know how like a human's supposed to interact, and everything about her is just sort of awkward and stiff. And I don't. It's not. I might like. Oh, maybe like there's people that find her just unbelievably attractive, and that's what. And she doesn't have to be good at. But I don't think that's the case either, because I don't think she's very attractive. So why does she get so much work? Like, so much.
Well, I mean, it's not all top-notch work.
Oh, really? Here, let me just pull up her IMDb.
She does a lot of voice work. I'm looking at her thing right now.
I'm gonna blow your mind right now, bro.
I'm looking at it. She literally has Christmas Sale. I don't know what that is. TV movie. Another Life TV series.
No, dude, she was Another Life is a Netflix movie. And it got a sequel. She was the star of Longmire.
Of what?
Longmire?
I don't know. It
was a network show, and it ran for like 6 years.
It did. It ran for 5 years or for 6 years, but I've never even heard of it. So, is it any good?
You're asking me, the guy who thoroughly dislikes this person, if I watched?
Oh, I don't know. You've seen it. You brought it up, so I was assuming
there are people that think it's awesome. There are massive fans of this series that I think that I won't even try because it's Katie Sackhoff.
Okay, well, here's what I'll say. Outside of the Star Wars stuff, she really didn't do anything. I mean, if you look at it, she hasn't done anything.
No, she did Another Life. I'm sorry, it's a TV show.
Right.
She did Another Life on Netflix.
That was for 2 years. Robot Chicken, I don't think that counts.
No, that's voice work. She does a lot of voice work, right?
Yeah.
And her voice work, what's funny is, I gotta be honest, if I was gonna credit her for anything, her voice work's pretty good.
Well, that's probably why she gets the work. And the reason she got this role was because she had previously done the voice work, and she's of course working with the same guy who was doing Rebels and in Star Wars Clone Wars.
She was on The Flash for 3 years as a recurring guest.
I know, and it was bad.
Well, here's the deal. She was supposed to be just a guest star, but Gustin, whatever his name is, the guy that plays the Flash.
Yeah.
In one of his live things, he was like, "Oh, we just enjoy working with Katie so much. She's so talented. We're gonna bring her back for next season." And I'm like,
"Oh, look who's saying it? It's Grant Gustin."
I guess everyone's talented to Grant Gustin, yeah.
Right. Oh well, I mean, look how untalented most of them are.
Dude, so they're all so untalented. You know what's funny is, and side note, the girl the lady that plays Frost,
yeah,
Danielle,
yeah, I know you're talking. Penny Baker.
Yeah, she's
good,
very, very talented. But the reason she was held back is because when she started acting like these like softcore like horror movies, and so she was painted as this like scream queen, and she has a long road to quality roles. But she's actually talented.
Yeah, even those roles she did, she was actually pretty good in them.
She was. But I like that movie Piranha, actually. Piranha 3D. I love that movie.
Well, I mean, since Battlestar Galactica, I mean, Katie was basically on like 5 episodes of 24, 3 episodes of CSI, a couple episodes of
Nip Tuck. That was a huge show.
But she was only on like an episode or two.
She was the bionic woman in that failed reboot.
Well, we went back before. Okay, I see.
What I'm saying is, though, she's been getting work consistently since I've been alive, dude, and I don't understand it.
I mean, I would say B level work, C level work.
Bro, that is horse manure.
I'm looking at
Longmire was a network show that ran for 6 years and a prime slot, bro.
I know, Brian. I've never heard of it.
But you haven't heard of a lot of things. That's not fair.
True, but not things that weren't popular, or you know what I'm saying. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, I mean, I don't see anything here that's impressive. The Flash, you're going to give her a Flash impressive?
But you had not heard of Castle.
I mean, I'd heard of Castle. I had never seen Castle.
Right. So you've heard of Longmire. You haven't seen it, right?
I've never even heard of Longmire.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling you. I've never even heard of it.
So Longmire was like, it's like the original Yellowstone.
Okay, I wouldn't believe you unless you told us. I looked it up, honestly. Okay. It's like Yellowstone?
It has that same vibe, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, listen, I don't want to knock her down, but I'm just saying, I'm looking at her thing here and I don't see anything great.
And what I'm saying is I'm seeing way too much, because she's been acting since I was in middle school and she's still very, very bad at acting.
Well, she's going to get an opportunity to be bad at acting in her own series, it looks like. I mean, of course, here's the deal. I mean, even though that was said, that doesn't mean it's necessarily going to go forward. It might not make it. They might do a pilot. I don't know. Who knows? To me, in the episode that she was in The Mandalorian, or the one or two, it was not, she was in 2 episodes. It was not, she wasn't interesting. Her character really wasn't that interesting. It's not that her acting was bad per se, but I don't know why that character gets a spinoff.
Right.
If you're going to spin off somebody.
And that's my point. I'm saying it's getting a spinoff because it's Katie Sackhoff.
Right. Spin off Gina Carano if you're going to spin off somebody.
Oh, no, but they hate Gina Carano.
I know, but that's the character.
You know what's funny is I was actually surprised. I thought she was going to be like a bad actor because she's like some kind of like boxer or whatever, right? And then when everybody was talking about her, so I went and watched an episode, and I'm like, oh, wow, she's actually like a good actor. It was very believable. Yeah, she's believable.
She's not a great actor, but she's...
Well, I mean, in that role, like she was, like she's made for that role.
Like, give Carl Weathers a spinoff. Let Apollo Creed have his Star Wars.
Atheist said she's oh, okay. I thought Atheist was saying she's attractive, but she's saying she's attractive for people who like tomboys.
Yeah, so maybe you don't like tomboys, Brian.
There's a high school joke there I'm not gonna make.
I would agree. They are using the Marvel Avengers model for Star Wars. Very possible. Although some of these characters, I don't know if they qualify for Avengers level. Boba Fett, yes. Mandalorian, yes. Obi-Wan, yes.
I mean, but isn't that it though? Like, you throw out a lot of stuff, and then what tracks with people is what you keep for the next phase.
Right, but I don't know if this tracked with anybody. That's what kind of confuses me. Like, why would this get? We can.
It's Katie Sackhoff, bro. People think she's talented for some reason.
I don't think so. Okay, we can go over this again, but she literally has like 3 acting roles in the last 10 years.
People have the opinion that I've literally had people say this to me, that she was the star of Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, stop! That's not true.
I've had those words uttered to my face.
Okay, Edward James Olmos and
she was. I understand what you're saying, but she was like the face of it for a long time to a lot of nerds.
She's Starbuck, because Starbuck's the most popular character.
Right, well, yeah. Uh-huh. But she was legitimately the main character in Longmire.
You just got to stop saying the word Longmire. Just stop.
It's not my fault you haven't seen this breakout hit.
Neither have you.
But I've known about it for a decade.
About it. Like, she's this big. I mean,
look, I'm not gonna. Listen. I love Kevin Costner, and I can barely watch like 30 minutes of Yellowstone without my ADD flaring up, and I start picking at like bedposts like a meth addict. Because for me, it's so boring. So I'm definitely not gonna watch the Wish version of Yellowstone that is Longmire.
Well, apparently people liked Longmire at 86 on Rotten Tomatoes, 93 audience score.
You see, bro?
Apparently they liked it. I don't know.
Why did you like it?
Oh, Oh, because she wasn't the main character.
Dude, she's literally the one on every poster, every window, every advertisement. Katie Sackhoff.
Well, you know why that happens, but Lou Diamond Phillips was in it, and Robert Taylor.
Do not tell me Lou Diamond Phillips is a tier actor.
Let me tell you something. I want to see Lou Diamond Phillips in anything. I do. After La Bamba, I don't care.
I like Lou Diamond Phillips, but he's
and of course Young Guns.
He's not some like grade A actor.
No, of course he's not. But you know, it's just that tells you the level of this show that she's not even the lead casting in this. It's Robert Taylor and Lou Diamond Phillips.
Oh yeah, but dude, look at every single advertisement. You tell me where Lou Diamond Phillips is.
Huh? Are you gonna put Lou Diamond Phillips or Katie Sackhoff on the cover? Be honest. Okay, let's move on.
No.
This can go nowhere.
What happened with Diamond Phillips? Was he like in a car accident or something? What happened with his face? No, I'm not even trying to be mean right now. I'm asking a legitimate question.
He's old, bro.
No. It's before he was old. Remember Mark Hamill had those pot marks on his face because he was in a car accident?
No.
Mark Hamill was in like an accident. So from like one Star Wars movie to the next.
Wait, what does that have to do with Lou Diamond Phillips?
Because he has the same marks on his face, bro.
Was Lou Diamond Phillips in a car accident? I can't believe I'm looking this up.
He has pot marks on his face, bro.
I can't believe I'm looking this up. Yeah, okay, yeah, he was in 2019. He was. Yep, he was in a traffic pileup. You're right. In 2019, though. So I don't know when that picture was taken, but
yeah. So yeah, see that? That's just based on that one picture, bro.
I don't know.
I mean, can tell though, because like when they go, when Mark Hamill came back for Return of the Jedi and he had those weird marks on his face, I remember when I was younger trying to figure out what that was, and I learned that it was because he was in some accident or whatever, and even with plastic surgery and a lot of money, he just couldn't get it fixed right back then. So when I see Lou Diamond Phillips and he has the same pot marks, I'm like, oh, that dude was in an accident. Like for sure, he was in some kind of accident that messed his face up. Like I think the fiberglass from like the airbag like smacks you in the face so hard that it gets sharp, like glass in your face, like the fiberglass in your face or something. I don't know.
Okay, so here's how he got the scar. You ready? He was burned by an expelled shell in a movie. It's on Twitter. He says he still has the scar from it.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
So I wasn't being a dick. I was legitimate. I was asking an actual question.
Okay. So it wasn't a car accident. It was apparently from some sort of accident.
I said an accident. I mean, I just guessed car.
Okay. We'll give you credit for it. Why not?
All right.
Acting accident.
Yeah, maybe women love Katie Sackhoff. That's what Atheist just said.
There you go. That could be it.
That's possible.
Yeah, I don't know where this total dislike comes from. Katie.
She's a bad actor, bro. We've seen the same stuff.
I'm just sorry.
Every Flashman, ready? She's gonna use her powers.
I'm on Atheist.
She makes a weird face and she holds her hand out. And I think what happened is she can't see all the powers, so she's not able to react to the fact that they're gonna like green screen post work in, and she's like, and you know, she's just so stiff and
she doesn't have enough acting experience. All right, let's move on. We have talked about this.
32 years of acting, none of acting experience. I don't.
He was.
She's like she is the acting as I am to Dota.
I don't know what that means.
32 years and she's still terrible.
Atheist says he was Alec Baldwin. Sort of, except he's the one who got, I guess, hit with a projectile instead of he didn't hit someone with it.
Is that, are we making that into an action word now?
You were Alec Baldwin. Yeah.
You got Baldwin.
You got Baldwin. That's a good one. Yeah, you're on set, you get shot by something, you got Baldwin.
You got Baldwin.
That's great. Okay, let's move on before something else bad happens.
All right.
All right. Oh, this is great. Finally, we get to talk about something. Brian and I have been talking about this, on the phone and stuff, but we haven't had a chance to share with you guys. We wanted to share our top 3 or so best movies of 2021 and our worst, and also the worst ones.
Yes.
Of 2021.
Yeah, here we
Okay.
Go. Woo!
Right. So,
Yeah.
So Brian, why don't you give me your, like, in your order here, your top 3?
Number 1.
Okay.
Numero uno.
Yep.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Interesting.
Number 1 for me.
Interesting. Okay.
It was like the end game of Spider-Man movies. And here's the deal. I went into that picture expecting a typical Spider-Man movie, and I walked away having witnessed an event.
I feel like I would have probably felt the same way as you if I had not known the leaked information in advance.
Yeah, that's true.
And it fell off of my top 3, I think, as a result of that. But I got to tell you, seeing all 3 Spider-Men together was pretty darn cool.
And they had good chemistry.
I thought, well,
I'll tell you what.
I don't think Tobey Maguire had great chemistry.
No,
but
Andrew Garfield
yeah.
and Tom Holland had more chemistry than Tom Holland and Zendaya did. So
yes, yeah. Andrew Garfield, when he caught MJ.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
that was
Chef's kiss.
I didn't even know I needed that. I didn't know I needed that moment to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like almost like, as much as I can, water up.
Yeah. I had that feeling too. Like, oh. And the way he so subtly reacted to that. I mean, Andrew Garfield's a hell of an actor, bro.
Yeah, I got to tell you, he's the one. And I feel like, well, of course, he's my favorite. And
dude, that was so good because he wasn't able to save his MJ. Oh, it was so good.
It's good, man. That was good.
And you know what? Who called it? Salty Nerd called it, didn't he? No, not Salty Nerd. The other guy. Laura was like, what if it's not Tom Holland that saves Zendaya? He said it on our podcast. He goes, Laura Reloaded. He's like, what if it's not
Tom? He did say it. You're right.
Like, what if it's not Tom Holland?
Yeah.
What if it's Andrew Garfield instead? He actually said that. And I remember we were like, oh, that would be awesome. And it happened.
That's a good call. Laura Reloaded. Nice.
Dude, listen,
and you know what's cool is he was able to think about what happened in the last movie and the fact that he couldn't save his. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It actually, after it happened, I'm like, wow, that was really done well.
It was so, and that subtle, like the way he reacted was like, almost like something that had been broken in him for a long time.
He was healed.
Was just repaired. It felt so good to me.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That was my number 1.
Number 2.
Numero dos. Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Okay.
I haven't cried in a movie since I was like 16. I cried in this movie.
That was a really nice moment.
Dude, when the ghost arm wraps up his granddaughter.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, that was a
You see, like, you have to understand, it wasn't. Some people were asking why it was so emotional for me. And I think those people are looking at it from a story perspective, and they're not understanding the connection I have to the character and the actor.
Right. And also, it's not just that. It's the character, the actor, and it's also your age. You have children. Mm-hmm. And it's how you feel, how you can almost imagine being in his shoes and in that moment. So it's like a combination of both.
Yeah. The fact, listen, man, the fact that Egon is the one that saved the world in the end is just, it's so perfect.
I did like that. Yeah, that was good.
Like his entire family hated him, and all of his friends hated him because they didn't understand. And he had, in the original Ghostbusters, he had all these social issues where he couldn't like communicate with people properly, right?
Yeah. He
tried to tell people, they didn't buy it or whatever, and he just took off to save the world. And he spent all this time away from his family, watching from a distance as he could, right, basically holding back like the end of the world and waited to get for it. In life, all he got was visceral. No one liked him. Everyone thought he was a weird dirt farmer. His family hated him. His friends hated him. None of his relationships ended good. He literally sacrificed everything.
Okay.
right? And the fact that you get to see him on screen at the very end, oh man, I'm getting teared up again, bro. It was just so good.
No, it's fantastic, and it's
the,
also
the girl was so perfect in that role. My God, she was perfect.
Yeah, she was great, and it's also the story of every person, every man who takes care of his family, who has to work really hard every day, lots of hours, doesn't get the time he needs to spend. It's that you're trying to save the world, your everyday world.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of fathers, like, they're not saving the world, but they're saving their world, right? And they're worked really hard, and sometimes their kids and their wives and their family don't understand that they physically have to destroy their body and sometimes their relationships to make everything work for people.
Right.
And maybe those people see it later on in life, but they don't see it then. And it hurts men. But if men show that, then it's the start of the destruction. So they can't. They gotta just stay strong, button up, stiff that upper lip, and get back to work.
And so there's some of that in Ghostbusters.
Yes, it's such a good, so good. Okay. And
Paul
Rudd is he's a vampire.
He's always, he's always. Paul Rudd's good and everything.
Yeah,
everything. So let's hear number 3. This really took a moment here.
And number 3 slot. It's hard. Wasn't a lot of good movies out this year, so.
Well, I'll tell you what. We can revisit your number 3. How about that?
Okay.
All right. So my number 1.
Give me your first 2. Don't go to your number 3 yet.
All right. My number 1 was Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh, that doesn't count.
It does count.
No, it doesn't.
It was released in 2020.
Because that would be my number 1 too. Then.
I'm sorry, you missed it.
It doesn't count.
You missed it.
You can't count that movie.
Here, this is what I'm gonna say. I have to, because this is my top movie in 2021.
That movie is 0. So you have to stop and give me your actual number 1.
I can't. That is my number 1.
No.
How is that a 0? We haven't even talked about it. Okay, anyways. That is my
It's the director's cut of a movie, and it's basically not even a movie. It's like a mini series that just.
But it's not the same movie. It's a movie, and it's a different movie than the one he released. I don't know. Okay, look, that was my favorite thing that happened in 2021.
Okay, that was my favorite thing that happened in 2021 too.
Okay, so then my number 2 would have to be Ghostbusters Afterlife. So we've already talked about that, but that would be my number 2. So do you want to do your number 3? Okay.
Yeah, you ruined it for me when you talked about freaking Zack Snyder. If Zack Snyder is allowed to be included in this,
well,
then my number 3 would technically be Ghostbusters.
Got it. Okay, but so I guess we're gonna both assume that Zack Snyder Justice League is our number 1 movie of the year.
I'm gonna say 0. It's
0 movie.
It's above. It's above. It's above. It's above.
Okay, fair enough. I have really thrown you off here, and I am sorry.
Yeah, because that movie, that's not even a movie. It's literally an event.
Let me give you my number 3.
Okay.
My number 3 was Free Guy. Ryan Reynolds. I love that we got a movie. This was the year of reboots, next movie, whatever. This Free Guy was a totally unique, different idea for a movie that was original and we also got a character we love, Ryan Reynolds himself, or I guess you could say Deadpool less grody, right? And we got a game world. It was really, it was a good story,
family friendly, Deadpool,
fun. It was a really fun movie, and that would definitely be my number 2, 3, whatever you want to call it, I guess now.
All right, so I mean, look, Free Guy was a great movie, but I don't think it deserves a slot in the top 3 because.
I mean, this is my top 3, and maybe not in yours.
Oh, because I think it's only in your top 3 because you haven't seen everything.
What did I miss?
You missed the movie Nobody.
Okay, you're right. I haven't seen it, so I can't judge it.
That movie would surpass Free Guy.
Yeah,
and
we're going to get
and I'm going to go ahead and drop that as my number 3 movie.
So that would, okay. Well, in your mind, it would surpass Free Guy.
Yes, I like Free Guy, but I think it's ahead of Free Guy. And in fact, I think Free Guy was great, but Free Guy is like neck and neck with that Hulu movie, the one with Mel Gibson. What's it called? Whatever. Boss Level. It's great. Both
Oh,
great
Boss
movies.
Level? Oh no, not even.
I love Boss Level, but it's. I don't think it's like.
Oh, I've seen Boss Level and Free Guy, and while Boss Level was interesting, it was not as good as Free Guy.
I'm gonna
In
say
my opinion.
Free Guy's on my top 5 for the year, but
Okay.
but I don't know where it's at. I know for a fact that I liked Nobody so much I watched it twice.
Well, I'm gonna have to watch it because you did say it's a really great movie. I had a few honorable mentions here. For me, Spider-Man No Way From Home. It didn't make my top list just because I if I had been surprised with the Spider-Man, it probably would have. Also on my list was Old, the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Did you like that movie?
I did. And anytime a movie makes me like really think about it after the fact and like think about the math, how these people were aging and like the time rate and like all that stuff, it really got me thinking. And I enjoyed that element of it. Now, I love M. Night Shyamalan movies. I love that there's always a little bit of a surprise. Didn't see this one coming.
Sort of like a pseudo sci-fi movie, huh?
A little bit, yeah. And I got to tell you, it was very, very enjoyable. And of course, I'm going to go with my last honorable mention. I just want to mention here because I really believe that these types of movies sometimes need to be mentioned. And I'm going to say Sing 2 is one of those movies. I saw that at the theater with my kids, and I got to tell you, I'm not sure a movie besides Justice League gave me all of the emotional feels that Sing 2 gave me. So shout out to animation.
Oh,
yeah, it's worth watching.
Yeah, you really like the you like the Pixar movies and all that, huh?
I mean, sometimes, but I like you know what I like about this? It's got a lot of good actors in it. So it's got like 4 or 5 really high quality actors in Sing 2. And it's got the guy who played in the movie you love, the one where they're in London, like James Bond stuff. Who was that kid playing?
Kingsman.
It was the kid who played the Kingsman in the first 2 movies. He's one of the voices in this. He's singing the songs, dude.
And listen, if you haven't seen The King's Man,
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, so it's not Kingsman. It's like
the prequel.
Yeah, but it's like a prequel, but it's so realistic, dude. It's more like a history movie. It's very good.
They go back and deal with the whole like
but there's no crazy adventures or weird whatever.
They go back and deal with the Russian monarch getting overthrown by the
it's very, very good.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm planning on seeing that one. Okay, so
all right, so here's my honorable mentions here. Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
Like I said, Boss Level already.
That was a good one. I had a hard time throwing the ones from the other streaming services, but yeah.
Interesting. My 8-Bit Christmas was phenomenal with Neil Patrick Harris.
I didn't see that one.
Such a good movie. Oh man, it hit you in all the feels, being a dad and growing up when you did.
Oh, that's cool.
And Neil Patrick Harris is just awesome.
He is incredible.
It's all about the first Nintendo and all that. It's really quite fantastic. And I'm gonna give one more honorable mention. I'm gonna go with
taking too much time.
I was trying to look it up because I forgot the name. It's a movie that came out on Peacock. I'm sorry, on CBS before CBS was officially Paramount. It's called Infinite with Mark Wahlberg.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be a stupid action flick and it ended up being a science fiction movie, and I'm not gonna say I loved it, but I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I'm gonna say, to me, that feels like 2021 was a pretty weak year. If you didn't get Zack Snyder's Justice League, I would say that was a pretty weak lineup of movies.
Yeah, no, there wasn't much going on.
Wasn't a lot going on.
And it's funny because Infinite is has the actors in it. It's like all these famous people, like Mark Wahlberg and a bunch of other famous, and no one knew about it. It wasn't advertised.
I mean, I haven't heard of it. You just mentioned it, and it's the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, and even like, I think what happened was it was supposed to come out in theaters, but because of the weird year, I think that streaming services were buying up movies that were supposed to get theatrical releases and then releasing them on their platform as originals.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, maybe it'll get its due in time. Mark Wahlberg movies are usually interesting if he's playing a somewhat.
If he's playing Mark Wahlberg.
If he's not playing like a badass, if he's not playing that, then it's usually good. When he starts to play those, I don't know, sniper movies and all, when he starts doing like the I don't know, he's just not good. I don't enjoy him at the the physical, Planet of the Apes and all the other stuff that he did.
No,
I like him in the funny.
I want to see him in a street fight, not like a skilled fight. I don't believe that he's actually a skilled fighter, but I can believe that he's a brute.
Yeah, I want to see him in like, what was it, Stepdad or
Dude,
whatever.
Four Brothers was like amazing, right?
Four Brothers, good movie, but he was younger, Mark Wahlberg, so it was a little more.
Oh,
believable.
Another decent movie that came out that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, last one that a lot of people didn't know about because it just didn't get a theatrical release was the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
I haven't seen that one.
With Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson and my all-time, since I was 9, crush of all time, Salma Hayek to this day, top tier.
Yeah, it's hard to judge that. I couldn't get through the original Hitman's Bodyguard.
Oh, I love that movie.
I mean, it was like kind of okay, but I don't know, for whatever reason, it didn't sit with me. So I did not end up seeing the next one.
Yeah,
so.
you weren't fully in love with Ryan Reynolds when that came out, I don't think.
No, I've loved Ryan Reynolds from Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. But for whatever reason in that movie, I just didn't, I don't know, it didn't feel right. Him and Samuel L. Jackson stuff didn't work for me.
All right. Well, it works better in the I think the Wife's Bodyguard, they have way more chemistry than the original.
Okay, cool. Well, let's get over here to the comments really quick because Atheist for the Cause had a couple. His movies, he wanted to throw them out there. Best movies in order. His number one was Free Guy, which great movie. No Time to Die. I haven't even seen that yet. Have you seen it? The James Bond movie?
No, I don't like James Bond movies.
I kind of like them, but I don't really like this James Bond, which
I don't like I don't like this James Bond.
Right. And Dune, which that's funny you put that movie there because Brian and I are reserving our judgment for part 2. We're reserving our full judgment for part 2.
Because you didn't see the whole movie. You saw half a movie, and what you like about it is what it could be, not what it was. And I applaud you for that. But I feel like that's exactly what happened.
Unless he read the novel, and then maybe it was satisfying.
Then he knows. Then he knows. Yeah. I didn't read the novel, so sorry guys. I got to read a novel before I can enjoy a movie.
And that is correct. Neither of us saw Mortal Kombat, although I wanted to, but I just couldn't.
I watched it.
Force myself to watch it. Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah. Was it any good?
It's all right.
All right. I couldn't force myself to watch it. I kind of played the game when I was growing up, but I was more of a Street Fighter guy than a Mortal Kombat guy.
So Mortal Kombat felt a lot. It was okay. So it was better than the other Mortal Kombats. It was much better, well-made movie, more realistic. I mean, as realistic as you can get considering the premise of Mortal Kombat. However, there were some decisions made that just straight up bothered me. I'm watching this movie, and I love the way it starts, and I love how it's going, and everything. The characters are great. And you get to this final boss scene, the boss fight between the two title characters of the entire Mortal Kombat franchise, Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
Yes, yeah.
And you're going to have the two characters that billions possibly have been playing since they were 9 years old.
Get over here.
And you finally explain why they hate each other and who's the good guy and who's the bad guy and what happened. And you get to this point and you do get a couple get over here's. But the way they finish the fight is so it's like they ran out of money right at the end of the movie. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's great, this big epic movie, and right at the end, they just don't have enough money for anything. Not even for a chain. Like all the everything was good until the very end. They couldn't take it home, dude. They couldn't take it home. It's like, okay, I'm gonna make you everything you need to make the perfect taco except for the meat.
Okay.
You're gonna have perfect tortillas, perfect salsa, perfect everything, but at the very end, when you're like, okay, I'm ready to make my taco, there's no meat. And that was the most bothering thing. I didn't get to see Scorpion finally finish that effer off. I couldn't. And you know what? I've been waiting for 35 years to see that.
And you'll continue to wait, good sir.
Okay.
Okay, so Kenneth LaRoque mentions Godzilla versus King Kong. That actually was a pretty decent movie. I'd throw that in honorable
Oh
mention.
yeah, I watched that streaming and I liked it. You know why I didn't remember it? Because it's so unmemorable watching it on a computer screen.
Well, almost everything is, by the way.
Yeah, if I had seen that in theaters and all of its spectacle, I would have remembered it.
Yeah. Worst movies. Oh, this is good because we didn't put like our worst movies. Did we put worst? Oh, we did top 3 worst movies. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and say the worst movie of the year was Matrix Resurrection.
Hands down. Absolute. And you know what?
Disappointment.
And it's battling against the Lou Diamond Phillips led remake of Ghost Rider, where they didn't have any special effects and they just talked about being Ghost Rider.
You actually watched that movie? It's crazy.
Listen, The Matrix was so bad. It wasn't just because it was so disappointing. It's because there's bad movies that are standalone and you go, okay, that's a bad movie. I don't have to think about it anymore. And then there's movies you make that ruin the best, one of the best movies ever made. Matrix is not just one of the best movies ever made, but it was breakout in every category across the board worldwide. And they somehow made a movie that made that movie worse.
I would argue that Star Wars Episode 8 is not as bad as Matrix 4.
I would agree with you.
And that's scary.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, member section. We'll be talking about that here coming up soon. Real quick, Space Jam. I didn't see it because I don't like LeBron James. Garbage. Sorry, I didn't see it.
LeBron James shouldn't be acting in anything other than a child support hearing.
What?
That's all he should be acting is when he goes to court for one of his illegitimate children, he needs to act like a good father and make the payments on time because he is the worst actor I've ever seen on screen, and that includes Adam Sessler and Katie Sackhoff. Take it home. Oh my God, it's garbage. And the fact that they were trying to like merge their IP to make some kind of like weird Universal Warner Brothers like MCU out of cartoon characters and crap. Oh my God. If you're going to do that, you don't use Space Jam as your vehicle.
Well,
holy moly.
It's kind of, the Michael Jordan version was,
I like that movie.
I mean, but they had all the characters similar.
Right. No, you haven't seen the movie. You have to see the movie.
I didn't watch it though. Is it different?
Watch the movie.
What?
Okay, as a social experiment, I need you to watch that movie so you can.
I can't watch it. No, I just can't watch.
Shane, you have to see it so you can see what their intentions are. Their intentions are not to make a movie. It's to lay the groundwork for some weird, crappy franchise, and it's so painfully obvious from the very first scene. It's the worst.
I've been saying this whole time as LeBron James is the reason I can't watch it, but I got to be honest with you. There's a real reason I can't watch the movie. It's because Michael Burnham's in it.
Oh my God. Oh, I forgot she was there. Oh, and you know what, bro? As insufferable as she is on Star Trek Discovery.
Oh, she's just.
Let me tell you something. In this movie, she is Michael Burnham.
But Michael Burnham. That's who that actor is.
She's Michael Burnham, right. Whatever. If Michael Burnham was married to LeBron James.
Yes. Now imagine that she's married to LeBron James, but LeBron James is eaten by zombies, and that's her in Walking Dead. There it is.
It's so, and their kids were so annoying. They had a kid out there like on his personal basketball court. He was on a private basketball court in his backyard, complaining that his dad didn't teach him enough or doesn't give him enough tablet time. I'm like, this mother, he has a tablet that he uses to control like his private basketball court, and he's out there. As a father, if I heard my kid complaining about anything at that point, it's getting a whooping. Like that. Jesus. Dude, and the way that the kids interact is so cringeworthy. And at one point, the kid decides to play against his father. And you're like, you met Don Cheadle 5 minutes ago, and all of a sudden you hate your father and you want to murder. And nothing makes sense in this movie.
All right. Apparently, I'm going to have to watch it now. Okay.
Oh God.
So quickly, since we just ate up so much time there, let's talk about the most anticipated movies of 2022.
Wait, there's a movie we missed. I'm sorry.
We can't talk about any
Come
more.
on, dude. Fast and Furious 9. Like, what happened?
What?
The reason I need to talk about this is the last movie, because I predicted that movie.
Right.
I said, and I quote,
Space, right? Yeah. Uh-huh.
they will go to space.
You did, yes.
I said this 2 years before the movie came out. I said, listen, they've done it all, bro. They've drifted on the streets of Orange County and Long Beach. They've drifted what are those missiles called? Torpedoes off of
the
submarines
ice
on the ice. They fought super spies and literal supermen, people that were like given special abilities. What is the last thing they haven't done yet? And what did we agree on?
Well,
Space.
we didn't agree on it, but you did say space, and I acknowledged that you were right and I was wrong.
And I said, they haven't gone to space yet. And I said, oh my God, Shane, they are 100% going to fly some hot rod into space.
Was
and
it one of
they do?
They did. You're right.
They did.
They
came down. They broke. They used all our fuel and somehow landed.
We know it's ridiculous. We've
oh
done
my
this.
God!
But was it one of the worst movies of 2021?
Yes, it was. It's at the point.
So
Fast and Furious at the point where it's so bad that it's becoming good. It's like Expendables or something, where it's like,
okay, got it.
It's no longer a movie. It's
Atheist picked the 3 worst movies for us: Matrix, Resurrections, F9, and Space Jam.
Wow.
Good job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, let's move on to our 2022 most anticipated movies. What are we looking forward to?
Let's go.
If you haven't had an opportunity to look it up, I'm going to mention mine first, so you can look up the 2022 movies.
Yeah.
And I will go through them. My number one movie I'm looking forward to this year is The Batman. I want to see Robert Pattinson. Apparently he has grown as an actor over all these years since Twilight. I want to see him in there. And then I eventually want to see a showdown with the Joker in an upcoming movie. I'm hoping that happens. So I'm looking forward to that one, number one.
So I'm just gonna stop real quick. I also would be on the same page as you and agree if it was a shared universe, but because they implicitly, is that the word, said it wasn't?
Yes.
It's barely making my list.
Money talks, so we'll see.
That's fair.
It could change. And I'm just hoping that in some way that it ends up being that way. And I'm hoping it's good. Having a good Batman franchise every decade is important to me. So they did a good job with Michael Keaton's Batman. They did a good job with Christian Bale's Batman. And so I'm hoping that the Robert Pattinson Batman is good, because Ben Affleck, Batfleck, got hosed over, in my opinion. But
yeah, he did.
My second most movie I'm looking forward to is actually Top Gun 2. And probably more than like other people. I of course saw the first movie when it came out, and I was in the Navy for 20 years. And I really want to see Tom Cruise back in that plane. And I want to see, I guess we're going to get some version of Val Kilmer. And I just want to see this movie. I'm looking forward to it for the member berries mostly. And number 3, believe it or not, there's a lot of movies actually to look forward to this year. There's quite a few, and I'll go through my little list, here in a second. But the number 3 movie I'm actually looking forward to is Knives Out 2.
Oh, really?
Knives Out was such a great movie to watch. I mean, it had mystery, It had intrigue. It had an excellent story. And even though it's Rian Johnson, it was just done well. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do with that next. So, and then of course my honorable mentions, of course, Creed 3. I love that series. I love Rocky. I love the Rocky universe. I want to see Michael B. Jordan again. Who wouldn't love another Jurassic World movie? I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Thor: Love and Thunder because of YTT from Taika, because he's directing it. Black Adam, Moonfall, which is the Roland Emmerich movie, which my kids are really looking forward to. Of course, Salem's Lot, because it's a Stephen King book that really hasn't been done properly. And the movie I don't want to see this year that everybody else is going to want to see is Avatar 2. I'm not looking forward to that at all.
Yeah, I don't care at all about Avatar 2.
Made the most money of all time. I think it was a terrible movie.
Can I modify your list for you? Because if your number one movie of the year was the Snyder Cut, how in the world is The Flash, Aquaman, and Black Adam not top tier for you?
I don't.
Because this is the end of the story.
Well, no, I think they screwed it up.
No, the Flash is going to end Zack Snyder's universe.
I don't trust what they're going to do in that movie because it's not Zack Snyder doing it.
That's fair.
So I'm not sure I trust it. So I want to see it. But there's something about it that is making me not really look forward to it that much. And also Aquaman, I'll be honest with you. The first Aquaman was a really neat movie. James Wan did a great job with it, but I don't know. There's something about the storylines that I don't really care about. I don't really care about what's happening under the sea. So,
okay.
But I mean, I definitely want to watch it. I'm going to watch it, but I'm not eagerly looking forward to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right. Here's I'm just gonna burn through this list real quick. My most anticipated movie of the year is gonna be Jackass Forever.
Oh, I should have put that one out. That would actually
hands down.
That's gonna be good.
This is the last movie that these guys will ever make. Not just as friends, but some of them might literally be the last movie they ever make.
Yeah.
But they're all old. They're all our age, and older. So listen, these guys, this is it. This is the last hurrah. If you don't think that these insane trailblazers don't plan on going out with the biggest, and I mean this in the most literal sense, in a big blast, they're going to go out as hard in the paint as they can.
I agree. Yeah.
And if they don't, then what's the point? Right?
Right.
Then The Flash, because I have yet to see a Flash movie in my entire life. And as you know, my favorite character of all time is The Flash.
Yeah. And you're a Flashpoint super fan. So this is a great movie for you.
And then Black Adam, because The Rock is franchise gold, and that franchise needs some steroids.
I'm worried about it because I mean, it's on my curious list here, but the problem is The Rock's already kind of a superhero in my mind. So how much can he one up it as a superhero? That's my concern.
I'm glad you said that. Black Adam is the only character aside from Darkseid that ever beat Superman. So is that enough one-upping for you?
I mean, I'm just saying
he is equivalent to Superman when it comes to comic book tier powers.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying as a superhero is he going to be good enough. I'm saying the actor, The Rock, I already see him as being in these roles where he plays a superhero-esque person.
Oh, well, now we've never seen him as an actual superhero though. Right.
So I'm just kind of wondering if that's going to translate well for me in my believability, or I don't know, maybe they're going to have to go really big in order to make it seem that much more superhero-ish.
Yeah. I when I heard about his casting 8 years ago, I mean, it was perfect. It's literally the perfect actor physically. His stature, his demeanor, the way he talks, his arrogance, he's almost charming arrogance. He makes that perfect for that character, and then he's also The Rock. So
it'll be interesting. Yeah, I hope he's not too arrogant, and maybe because I don't know Black Adam well. We'll see what happens.
Here's a movie that you didn't list, I'm surprised, but I'm just surprised. Death on the Nile.
I don't know why I would want to see that one.
What?
Why do I want to see that?
Oh man, it's okay. It's all right. Let's just stop right here. Please, who's watching right now? And you're watching, Atheist? My dude. Atheist, when Death and Now comes out this year and Shane is raving about how good it is, I want you to bring this up in chat.
I simply asked, why would I be interested in watching it? And you just, instead of explaining to me what the movie's about, you just belittled me.
See, that's the problem. I don't think you didn't do the research, man. You got to do the research.
I did, but it didn't pop up on my list.
Okay. So it's one of those, it's like,
there's literally 250 movies coming out this year. So please tell me.
Well, I believe that Death on the Nile is on the same. It's going to be in the same vein as like the Polar Express. Not.
I don't like the Polar Express. If that helps at all.
It's so hard to explain, but like these and Knives Out.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, if it's like Knives Out, that'd be great. But
okay.
Why? But what makes you look at it and say, I know this is going to be great?
You know, the characters, the writer, like the general premise, the fact that the guy that's attached to this movie was also attached to Romancing the Stone. There's so much to it.
Say it one more time. Go ahead.
Remember that movie with Michael Douglas back?
Yeah, I know the movie.
Okay, so
is it a continuation of that story?
Well, not a continuation, but the guy the one who wrote Death in the Nile, the actual fictional literal work, he also wrote Ransom the Stone.
I mean, it was a good movie, but not because of the novel.
Well, I mean, it was that.
But what is happening in this movie that makes it interesting?
It's like, okay, so
Mr. I did the research.
It's a mystery. It's like a mystery thriller, but there is.
So it's a murder mystery on the Nile?
But there's adventure aspects to it.
Okay, so it's like a Agatha Christie Murder on the Orient Express, but it's the Nile.
That's what it is.
Okay, well there you go. That sounds good.
It's Murder on the Orient. Yeah. Why didn't I just say Murder on the Orient Express?
I don't know.
Because I forgot the name. That's why.
Because you didn't do the research.
I did the research. I just have bad memory, okay?
No, we're gonna talk about Mario. Hold on.
We're gonna talk about it, man.
Don't worry, we're coming back to it. We didn't.
After Death and Now, I'm going to Batman, and that's pretty much just because after watching one Robert Pattinson movie, I realized that he's a good actor, so it might be good. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is a number one top tier pick for me because it's.
Why am I not looking forward to that? What's going on? Did I get enough of him in Spider-Man that I just don't need to see him again?
So this is where I want to watch it. This is going to wrap up the MCU for me. Because the version of the MCU after this is not going to be one I care about.
Well, is it before or after Thor: Love and Thunder? Because that's critical, right?
I don't know, but this is the last. I don't know when it takes place. I know that it takes place after, chronologically after Thor.
Okay, so you want it? Okay, you're looking forward to it because it's going to wrap up the story. Okay,
it's going to wrap up everything we've like Endgame was the last big movie. This is going to wrap up the story. This is like, you know what this is like, bro? This movie is the prologue to the series, to the story.
Oh,
we saw the story and it was beautiful. This is the prologue. We're about to read the prologue and be done with it because anything that happens in the MCU after this movie, I don't care. No one, most people aren't going to care.
Well, it tricked it. The thing that they started like saying he's going to be a different character, and I started getting like, oh gosh, please, everything's already so confusing. Now you're, changing Doctor.
So I read the comics. What they are mimicking the business structure and like plan and strategy. They're mimicking the exact strategy that the comics use. And when they get to this point where it's too convoluted, they actually have an event where they convolute it to the point of no return.
Yeah.
So they can then shrink it into a brand new Phoenix.
Start over.
Right. Yeah. They're doing the same exact thing. And what's going to come out of this, we're not going to care about, dude.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah. Okay. Well, that'll be interesting.
Thor: Love and Thunder for the final ride of the God of Thunder. Because this is this will be the last time we see him in a title role.
Which I guess I'm okay with it. It's probably time to wrap him up.
That's fine. He's a great character. He started off horrible. That first Thor movie was horrible.
Oh, it was bad.
But he ended it strong, and I want to see him end this just like Jackass, man.
Yeah, we need to see him. We need to see him. I think one last time. I'm looking forward to that.
Similar with Aquaman and Lost Kingdom. I feel like that's going to come out before the Flash. It's going to be a nice little adventure before the Flash.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's going to be okay. I don't know what it is. Aquaman was my favorite character. I don't know. It's just
when you watch it, a movie is more entertainment than it is thought. So when you see it again, you'll like it again.
That's probably true. So we have to.
I'm going to finish my list: Morbius, Sonic the Hedgehog, Uncharted, even though Nathan Fillion's in it, The Lost City, and finally Mission Impossible 7. And those are all the movies I plan on watching this year.
Cool. All right. Nice. That's actually a good list. Atheist over here says he's a needy viewer. I thought it was hilarious. I did not mention Mario. I want to see Mario, but I'm worried about Chris Pratt's voice as Mario. It's a mini Mario. and I'm worried that Chris Pratt maybe can't do anything about it. Like literally, if he does that, it's a me, Chris Pratt. And then he does, hey, I'm Mario. It's like gonna be a letdown either way. So
no matter what happens, he's gonna get mean, bro.
That's what I'm thinking. He's gonna get kind of hosed no matter what happens. And so
the amount of money they had to give this dude, just consider this.
I would. Yeah,
his agent had to have been like, dude, like this is like
Mario. I mean, it's like
it's 100%. Even if the movie is in some way successful, this is gonna 100% hurt your brand.
Well, I like Chris Pratt, and if somehow he finds a way to pull this off and make it believable, then he's the man.
I'd be shocked. I mean, are they gonna do like a realistic version of Mario?
Yes.
I mean, like realistic. Like
I think it's live action Mario, right?
I don't know.
Chris Pratt. Let me see. If it's just his voice, then whatever. Chris Pratt Mario movie. I'm pretty sure it's live action. Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe it's just the voice. Maybe they're going to do a cartoon. Yep, it's just his voice.
No.
So never mind. It says here.
Well, then I want to watch it. Who cares?
It says Chris Pratt's voice as Mario is phenomenal. Says one of the men who has the most to gain, if that's true. That's interesting. Okay, well, I'll be watching.
Well, Mom, maybe. I mean, listen, I like Mario. I grew up playing Nintendo.
You know what it was? We had that picture of him in the Mario.
Oh, the one I photoshopped.
The one you photoshopped, and I totally forgot that wasn't real.
Oh, I made him look like Mario.
You did.
I just clickbaited myself.
You did. I believed it was real because of you. Bastard.
All right, okay. Well, I mean, we'll watch it with our kids probably.
No, it'll be great.
Shane loves those movies. She loves like Lego Movie and all that.
I do. I love them. I love Lego Movie.
I mean, I like them, but like, I'm not rewatching them.
What,
bro?
You've not rewatched Lego Movie?
No, I mean it's good.
Everything is awesome. You didn't like.
I do love that song. I just don't care. You know what's, dude? I tried to watch Harry Potter with my kids over the Christmas break. Oh my god, just freaking kill me, dude. I can't do it. So I didn't, when I was younger and everyone liked Harry Potter, I didn't know why they liked it. Because to me, it was just like a bunch of little kids. And now that I'm now 20 years older, not only has nothing changed, it's gotten to the point where now it was more like a curious, like, why do you like that? You're my age. To now, like, now I physically hate this. Like, I hate everything about it. It's confusing. It confuses me why all the adults in Harry Potter's life act so flippantly while putting children in massive levels of danger.
That's true.
And then when putting them in such precarious levels of danger, when they then bring up the fact that they are in danger, they don't believe them. And if that was one movie, and then they started believing the guy, I would buy it. But like, we were on movie 4 and it was the same thing. Like, at what point do you believe the guy that's like saved your butt 15 times and is someone's constantly trying to kill him?
That's why it's made for kids, man.
But dude, I was 22 years old and my friends were like really into it. They're like, oh, we're going to watch Harry Potter in the theaters. I'm like, why? And now I'm 41 and I'm still like,
well, did you read the books?
No.
Well, that's why.
Dude, my smart butt kid, when I said, let's watch
smart butt kid.
I don't want to say the word because I don't want to call my kid better. She's such a smart aleck. When I said, hey guys, let's watch Harry Potter over the Christmas break, Lana, my youngest, the one who was like super sarcastic, like either she's going to be a comedian or someone's going to beat her up in high school. One of the two. Or both. I said, let's watch Harry Potter movies. She goes, the books are better.
That's totally something you'd say.
And I'm like, Lana, I know for a fact you have not read a single Harry Potter book because I can't get you to read a children's menu. And he goes, well, my friend told me they're better. Oh, dude,
she's a future YouTuber. Okay, I got it.
I should have given up right there. I should have been, you know what? You're right. We're done. No. I kept going. Right. You know why? Because one thing I love more than anything else in Harry Potter is the soundtrack is so good.
Okay.
The movies are horrible, but the soundtrack to me, I mean, it's subjective, but the soundtrack is like top 5 movie soundtracks for me. It's so good.
That's for real. That's serious.
I know. Yeah, atheist. I know. My oldest kid was like, "Oh, we're going to Harry Potter castle." Why? I want to get a Snicket or whatever it's called. What? What is that? Dude, they're playing this game where they fly around on these flimsy wooden brooms to like the stratosphere, bro. How does anybody even watch the game? No one can see them. They're in the clouds. What's the point of a viewing audience when no one can see what's happening unless they have magical powers? I hate that movie so bad. Oh, it's so bad. And I hate it more because everyone likes it and I don't get it. Oh my God.
Let me tell you why everybody likes it. Ready? Because when the books were first written, it was like J.R.R. Tolkien, the new Lord of the Rings is what happened for kids. So the Harry Potter series was magic and fantasy at a time when it was really popular, but for kids, and nobody was really writing for kids at that time. Nowadays, everybody's writing. Rick Riordan and everybody's got these, the gods, Olympus gods and Jack Frost and all kinds of these stories now, but it was originally started by Harry Potter. And now those people are grown up. So
I saw
Universal Studios is popular.
I saw the Poseidon Olympus one.
Mm-hmm. The Riordans, yeah.
That wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah, they're okay. The books are better.
It was obviously made for kids, but it wasn't bad. Maybe because the kids were a little older.
Did you hear what I said? The books were better.
Oh, you mother. Books are so rarely if the movie was done correctly, then the movie would be better.
Well, we'll talk about that when we do Wheel of Time in the member section.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, by the way, it's time. It's been 2 hours and 45 minutes of live time.
Are we leaving to go to we're going to do our special members club only?
It's time.
All right, guys, listen. It's time that we snuggle up with our lovers in the members section.
Did you say lovers?
Here's the deal. You can join the party if you want. No problem.
There's not anything bad happening over there.
We welcome all to the love dungeon that is the Popcast members section.
Not a love dungeon.
However, if you want to be a part of the Popcast members section and get in on all the love, you got to become a member. Shane, how do they do it, man? How do they become a member, Shane?
Brian?
Click
Why
the
don't you
link
tell us, because
in
you've
the
taken my.
description.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's fair.
And come
You've taken the
join
words out of
my
my mouth.
love tunnel.
That just sounds wrong.
My
Can't
love
say
tunnel at the Popcast.
No one's gonna come now.
Listen, everyone's coming.
That's what she said.
All right, here's the deal. We're gonna continue.
Or that's what he said.
We have a lot more stories. We're gonna continue this show, but we're gonna take it to the members only section because there's plenty of members over there patiently waiting for us. You can also join the members only section if you look at the link in the description of this video. You'll see it says become a member and see the full show. That link leads you to the other side of this video that's private. Or if you're listening and you don't want to click a link, you can open your phone or whatever and go to popcast.co/join, and that link is also on the screen. And all that is a hyperlink that takes you to that link right there. So go to the link in the description, and I will also put that link in the chat, just in case you're watching in chat for some reason. That's cool. And we're going to continue the party over there. What are we talking about, Shane? What are we talking about in the Love Lounge?
We're not talking in the Love Lounge, but we are going to be talking about. Well, I was about to read my top movies of 2022, but let me come over here and read. The Quantum Leap is getting a reboot.
Quantum Leap reboot news in the Love Lounge.
Not in the Love Lounge. Book of Boba Fett, the 3-episode breakdown. We're going to talk about, is Book of Boba Fett good or not? Come talk about it with us. And exactly, we're going to explain to you why, I'm going to use a curse word here, exactly why The Matrix was a total shit show. We're going to talk about that. And of course, should you care about Wheel of Time Season 2? The answer may surprise you. Members next.
Is for our lovely.
We're going to keep talking about this love thing, and it's just got to not happen because it's
over
giving people the wrong idea.
Love Lounge.
I liked Cosmic Pickle Show better, or whatever you said earlier.
We're going to continue the late night live Cosmic Pickle Party in the Love Lounge. So come on down, my lovelies, and bring your keys.
Wow, that is disturbing, man.
Am I winking right? Like, what the hell?
You're winking weirdly. It's like gross.
All right, what's going on? Is both my eyes moving?
Do it again. Well, now you're holding the other eye open.
Okay, wait. Ready?
Do it again. Yeah.
What the F's wrong with my face right now?
No, you're only blinking with one eye. You're good.
Okay. All right. I thought I was closing both eyes. Guys,
are you having a stroke, sir?
Yes. Come on over to the members section and enjoy, and let's chat. In the members section, we actually do talk a little more to people between stories. So if you want to interact with us, that's a great way to do it. And if not, whatever. Cool. I'll see you there. I'm going to leave the text up, though, on here. Just for a little bit. Just for the stragglers that didn't hear this part.
Okay.
All right. So before we get into the first members only story, I do want to share my favorite TikTok of the week.
Oh my Lord.
Come on.
I can only imagine what love thing this is going to be.
No, it's not.
Is it legit?
No, it's legit, bro.
Okay. Is it going to be a shower head?
It's not. You know what? It's not a shower head. It's not even funny. It's actually legitimately frightening.
Oh, wow.
This is actual, and I'm not okay. I know I joke around a lot, so I'm gonna be real clear. This is not a joke. I'm not setting you up for a joke. I'm aware that no one can take me seriously because all I ever do is F around. Here's the deal. This is not a joke. This is legitimately footage of what I can only surmise is a UFO on the national news.
You're totally, completely full of crap. But
no,
go ahead.
I'm not.
Let me tell you why. Because there's no way you would set it up that long for it not to be funny. Go ahead.
No, listen. It's not funny. The reason I set it up because I know everyone thinks it's going to be some attempt at humor. It's
Okay.
not. This is legitimate. Okay, you ready?
Legitimate. Sorry, serious face.
God, I can't stop like smiling because I think that I know you think that I'm bullcrapping you. You ready? Here we go.
Have you seen what recently happened?
I'm going to ask you this. Imagine looking out your window and seeing this. This happened.
Oh, what is that, y'all? We finna die. Oh my God, what is that? Y'all, what the f is that? What the f is that? What the f?
Holy crap.
Oh my God, y'all, what the f?
Crazy. That is not natural.
No,
Wait for it.
dude, that's
disappeared.
That's something that's a cover up the thing.
Literally just disappeared. Did you see the same thing I just saw? Look, I am a alien skeptic. You are the one always telling me evidence, and I'm always like, I can't explain that. Can you explain that in any way other than computer graphics?
I believe it's a computer graphic. So yeah, I'm looking at it now that I can see it again in bigger version. Yeah, that's 100% a computer graphic. Yep.
They're shooting it outside with like their camera phone, dude.
It's just too perfect. I mean, no, I mean, let me ask you a question. Could you do that?
Well, yeah.
There you go.
Well,
That's
hold up.
It's too perfect.
But I'm very, very talented.
Oh,
but you need to ask the correct question. Could I? Yes. Why would I?
well, we don't know why people fake UFO things, but I will tell you this:
that's good work. If it is, that's amazing work.
If you save that footage, we are going to have the third phase of Moon Guys on either next Friday or the Friday after, hopefully. And that's what they do for a living, is they basically show UFO footage. We'll show it to them and see what they think.
I've saved the footage. I have saved it.
Save it.
And I'm not, listen, just so you guys know, Shane is the alien guy here.
I do love the aliens.
He loves the alien stuff. I'm like, I know mathematically aliens exist, like, because there's like trillions and trillions and trillions of suns and planets. Yeah, 100%. There's life out there somewhere in the universe. But if you said, do you think they've been to Earth? I would answer you, meh, I don't know. I actually think that mathematically guaranteed life out there, but also mathematically is even worse odds that they actually have came here. So,
well, no, I trust what Commander David Fravor said and saw. I was in the Navy. I served with him. I trust what he and his crew saw. That's really the reason why I truly and fully believe in what's going on. And there's something interesting happening that's beyond our technology. But like I said, we're gonna have as a guest the third phase of Moon Guys. They've got a great channel, almost 1 million subscribers, I believe. They basically take footage from all over the world that people send them, and then they show it on their channel every day. So it's interesting, and some of their stuff is very intriguing. Like that was good, but the problem with what I saw there was it was almost too good, too perfect. The lighting was too perfect. Like everything was lit up just perfectly. And that made me think like, I don't know. It made me feel like it was set up there, but
well,
I could be.
I'm going to find the original. So that was like a low res TikTok. I'm going to find the original newscast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to find that and I'm going to talk to them about it when they come on the show.
Oh, perfect. That's a great idea.
Because I have another theory too. There's alien, there's people, I think some alien sightings people see aren't actually aliens, and it's just tech that is way more advanced than we thought we were.
That's where does it come from? Do you think it's the government?
Either or private industry, whatever. People hoarding tech that is gonna benefit them in some way. I believe that most decisions are made for capitalistic purposes.
Wait, let me ask you a question. So you think anti-gravity can be kept away from the government by a private industry?
I think that if you figured out anti-gravity, then you would keep it away from the government for as long as humanly possible.
Right, but the government's going to take it from you as soon as they know that you have it.
If they find out. But
yeah,
let's be real. Sorry, not trying on a rant here. The government's not that bright, bro. They're not, dude. I mean, what does our government do every single day? They go to work, they argue for 10 minutes, and then they leave and they go home and they tweet about it. That's literally what the majority of our elected government does on a daily basis.
Right. But there are factions within the government that would say Homeland Security and different things like that would be like, they would find. I mean, I feel like
if they weren't distracted, look at that movie, Don't Look Up, dude. That's a perfect example of how our government works.
Of our elected officials, I agree. But I think this is stuff that's outside of our elected officials. I mean, look, it's the elected officials going, hey, tell us about the secrets. And of course, the people who've been in politics or been part of our government their entire lives who aren't elected, that are really holding the secrets, they're the ones who tell them, no, I'm sorry, Mr. President, we're not going to tell you anything.
So I tend to agree with you there, because I'll tell you this. When I owe money on a parking ticket, our local government are like T-800 Terminators. They can find me after 15 addresses. When I was younger, they're like Dog the Bounty Hunter, and they're the best at finding me for that $87 I owe them. But I tell you, the second they owe you money for a tax payment, they become monkeys with abacuses. They don't know what they're doing. So I think it depends on the motivation, my bro.
Okay. I believe it. Let's say hello to all of our peeps over here.
What up, bros?
We've got Kenneth LaRoque, Jeremy Schneider, in the house. Big Jer. Got Hiroshi Loves You. Hiroshi followed us over from the other channel and been with us for a long time. Atheist for the Cause, of course. And okay, so some interesting comments here. Ken found out that it was the original artwork. It wasn't just a page from the comic book. It was the actual original artwork. So that makes a little more sense.
Makes more sense. Can I please shout out some outstanding members that I never get to see live because they just don't watch live for some reason. I mean, I get it. I don't really watch live either. But we never get to give them shout outs, and they've been supporting us for like 3 or 4 months now. And I just want to throw out these shout outs real quick. First off, to Tony McMillan, my man. You have now been with us for 2 months, and you recently even re-upped. I appreciate your patronage. You're awesome, my bro. And if you're listening to this after the fact, please email us email us so we can give you your freaking package thing. Also, I want to point out Richard Coonfield, Dark Knight, Atheist for the Cause, he's already here. Ralph Clark, who has been here for a while, and I never see him. Roshi Loves You, it was here. Robert Sheldon, 6 months. Haven't seen him in chat. I see him in comments though. And this guy who was here since the day we opened up the members section, Neferte Dubois. Dubois. Mm-hmm. He joined and has been a member since that day. And I've never seen him in chat. So if you're listening after the fact, thank you. And there's other members too. I was talking about the ones that have been here for a long time. Thank you so much for supporting us, and come join us live sometime. Now let's get.
And wait, sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry,
because you did cut me off before when I was trying to.
I apologize.
Finish that comment, and so I want to finish that comment, but also I do want to say there are things that we need to give people that they have signed up, and I'll be working on that this weekend. So if you have some stuff coming because of whatever you've signed up for in the member section, you will be getting it very soon. I may need you to reach out to me. Unfortunately, they don't always give your information. So if you signed up for something where you should be getting something in return, whether it's a coupon code or a free merch or hoodie, or
a couple of these guys are getting hoodies, bro.
Yeah. So make sure you email us at thepopcast@gmail.com. DAPOPCAST.
Yeah, specifically Atheist for the Cause, Dark Knight, Richard Coonfield,
we got Atheist.
Ralph Clark, Hiroshi Loves Me, Robert Sheldon, and Neferti Budu. I can't say that way.
Just so we've got your email addresses and we can take care of you guys, because you've really been supporting us and we want to make sure you're taken care of as well. And I love that Jeremy put this. He said they had a Walden Books in their mall, and that was the store I was looking for earlier with the comic books, Walden Books. And he said they sold comics. That's right. Next to Camelot Music. Oh my God, Jeremy, we're old, right?
Yes. Yes, you are old.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Let's you ready to get the news here?
Oh yeah, we got 4 stories and we are going to rock them out because there's some things to talk about, some excitement to be had.
Oh, is there now?
Would you say they're not exciting today?
I believe I have to stop streaming on the other channel first before we start the Quantum Leap thing.
Yes.
We're doing
Quantum
Quantum Leap.
Thanks everybody over there.
Are we doing Quantum Leap first?
Quantum Leap is first. Yes.
Okay. So, hey guys, if you're listening still and you want to